Deep in the sands of the ancient Middle East lies a secret, a story so ancient, so mysterious, that it has been buried for thousands of years. Picture this, a single artifact unearthed from the ruins of a forgotten city, holding clues to a civilization that vanished without a trace. What if I told you that this artifact is just one of 50 untold stories waiting to be uncovered? Stories that challenge everything we think we know about the ancient world. The ancient Middle East is a land of legends, myths, and mysteries. It's a place where history and myth intertwine, where every stone and every ruin has a tale to tell. But not all of these tales have been heard. Some have been lost to time, hidden beneath layers of sand and silence. Others have been overshadowed by the grand narratives of kings and empires. Yet, these untold stories hold the key to understanding the true richness of this region's history. Today, we're embarking on a journey to uncover 50 of these forgotten stories. From the lost city of Ubar, often called the Atlantis of the Sands, to the enigmatic Queen of Sheba and her legendary meeting with King Solomon, each story will take us deeper into the heart of the ancient world. We'll explore the mysteries of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the hidden secrets of Petra, and the cryptic messages of the Dead Sea Scrolls. These stories aren't just tales of the past, they're windows into a world that shaped ours. They reveal the ingenuity, the resilience, and the humanity of the people who lived thousands of years before us. And by the end of this journey, you'll see the ancient Middle East in a whole new light. So, are you ready to uncover the secrets of the past, to step into a world where history and mystery collide? Stay with us, because what you're about to discover will change the way you see the ancient world forever. Let's begin. Now, let's turn our attention to the first of these untold stories, the legend of Ubar, often referred to as the Atlantis of the Sands. This ancient city, shrouded in myth and mystery, has captivated historians and adventurers for centuries. According to tales passed down through generations, Ubar was a thriving hub of wealth and trade, a glittering oasis in the heart of the desert. But then, as if swallowed by the sands themselves, it vanished without a trace, leaving behind only whispers of its existence. For years, Ubar was considered nothing more than a legend, a story told by desert nomads to explain the shifting dunes. But in the late 20th century, something extraordinary happened. Archaeologists, using satellite imagery and ancient maps, began to uncover evidence that suggested Ubar might have been real. They found remnants of a fortified city buried beneath the sands of southern Arabia, complete with walls, towers, and artifacts that hinted at a sophisticated civilization. Could this be the lost city of Ubar? What makes Ubar so fascinating is its role in the ancient world. Situated along the incense trade routes, it was a vital link between the civilizations of the Middle East, Africa, and Asia. Frankincense, a precious resin used in religious rituals and medicine, flowed through Ubar, making it a center of wealth and power, but its prosperity may have also been its downfall. Some theories suggest that the city's reliance on underground water sources led to its collapse. As the water dried up, the city sank into the desert, becoming a ghost of its former self. Others believe that Ubar's sudden disappearance was the result of a natural disaster, perhaps an earthquake or a massive sandstorm that buried the city overnight. Whatever the cause, the story of Ubar reminds us of the fragility of even the greatest civilizations. It's a tale of ambition, ingenuity, and the relentless power of nature. As we piece together the fragments of this ancient city, we're left with more questions than answers. Was Ubar a real place, or is it simply a myth brought to life by the sands of time? The search for Ubar continues, and with each discovery, we come closer to unraveling one of the ancient world's most enduring mysteries. And as we move forward, we'll uncover even more stories that challenge our understanding of history. Next, we'll explore the enigmatic Queen of Sheba and her legendary encounter with King Solomon. Stay with us, this journey is just beginning. Now, let's journey into the realm of one of history's most captivating figures, the Queen of Sheba. Her story is a tapestry of legend, diplomacy, and intrigue woven across cultures and centuries. Known by many names, Bilqis in Islamic tradition, Petra in Ethiopian lore, and the Queen of Sheba in the Hebrew Bible, she remains an enigmatic figure whose true origins and identity continue to spark debate. The Queen of Sheba's most famous encounter is her meeting with King Solomon, a tale that has been retold in countless ways. According to the biblical account, she traveled to Jerusalem with a caravan of riches, gold, spices, and precious stones to test Solomon's famed wisdom. Their exchange of riddles and gifts has become the stuff of legend, symbolizing not only a meeting of minds but also a bridge between two powerful kingdoms. But was this meeting purely diplomatic, or did it carry deeper cultural and spiritual significance? The answer lies in the layers of her story, which stretch far beyond the biblical narrative. One of the greatest mysteries surrounding the Queen of Sheba is her homeland. Some scholars believe she ruled over the ancient kingdom of Saba, located in what is now Yemen. This region was a hub of the incense trade, much like Ubar, and its wealth would have made it a fitting origin for such a powerful queen. Others argue that she hailed from Ethiopia, pointing to the Ethiopian epic, the Kebra Nagast, which claims she bore Solomon a son, Menelik, who would become the founder of Ethiopia's Solomonic dynasty. These competing claims reflect the enduring cultural significance of her story, which has been embraced by diverse communities across the Middle East and Africa. The Queen of Sheba's legacy extends far beyond her historical or mythical origins. She has become a symbol of wisdom, power, and curiosity, inspiring art, literature, and religious traditions for millennia. In Islamic tradition, she is celebrated for her intelligence and eventual acceptance of Solomon's faith. In Ethiopian culture, she is revered as a matriarch whose lineage connects the nation to a divine heritage. Even in modern times, her story resonates as a testament to the enduring power of cross-cultural exchange and the pursuit of knowledge. Yet, for all her fame, much about the Queen of Sheba remains shrouded in mystery. Was she a historical figure, a composite of multiple rulers, or a purely mythical creation? The lack of definitive evidence only adds to her allure, inviting us to explore the intersections of history, myth, and culture. Her story challenges us to consider how legends are born and how they shape our understanding of the past. As we reflect on the Queen of Sheba's enduring legacy, we're reminded of the power of storytelling to transcend time and geography. Her tale is not just about a queen and a king, it's about the connections between civilizations, the exchange of ideas, and the timeless quest for wisdom. And as we continue our journey through the ancient Middle East, we'll uncover even more stories that reveal the richness and complexity of this remarkable region. Next, we'll turn our attention to the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, a wonder of the ancient world whose existence remains as elusive as the Queen of Sheba herself. Stay with us, there's so much more to discover. Now, let's step into the realm of one of the ancient world's most debated wonders, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Described as a lush, terraced paradise rising above the desert, these gardens have captured imaginations for centuries. But did they truly exist, or are they merely a product of ancient storytelling? This question lies at the heart of one of history's most enduring mysteries. The Hanging Gardens are often attributed to King Nebuchadnezzar II, who ruled Babylon in the 6th century before the Common Era. According to legend, he built the gardens to comfort his wife, Amytis, who longed for the green hills of her homeland. The image of a towering structure adorned with vibrant plants, cascading waterfalls, and intricate irrigation systems is undeniably captivating. Yet, despite their fame, no physical evidence of the gardens has ever been found in Babylon itself. This absence has led some scholars to question whether they were real or simply a romanticized tale passed down through generations. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Hanging Gardens is the engineering ingenuity they would have required. Ancient texts describe a complex system of aqueducts, water screws, and terraces designed to sustain the gardens in the arid climate of Mesopotamia. Such a feat would have demanded not only advanced technology, but also a deep understanding of hydraulics and architecture. If the gardens did exist, they would stand as a testament to the brilliance of ancient Babylonian engineers. But without concrete evidence, their existence remains a tantalizing possibility rather than a confirmed fact. The mystery deepens when we consider the possible locations of the gardens. While Babylon is the most commonly cited site, some historians suggest they may have been located in Nineveh, the capital of the Assyrian Empire. This theory is based on accounts from ancient writers who described similar gardens in Nineveh built by King Sennacherib. Could the Hanging Gardens of Babylon have been a misattribution, or were there multiple such marvels across the ancient world? The debate continues, adding another layer of intrigue to this already enigmatic story. Beyond their physical existence, the Hanging Gardens hold immense cultural significance. They are one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, a list compiled by Greek historians to celebrate the most extraordinary achievements of human ingenuity. Even if the gardens were never real, their inclusion in this list speaks to their power as a symbol of beauty, ambition, and the human desire to create something extraordinary. They remind us of the ways in which ancient civilizations sought to harmonize nature and architecture, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire awe. So, why do the Hanging Gardens of Babylon remain one of the ancient world's greatest mysteries? Perhaps it's because they embody the intersection of myth and reality, where the line between history and legend blurs. They challenge us to question what we know about the past and to appreciate the stories that have shaped our understanding of ancient cultures. Whether real or imagined, the Hanging Gardens invite us to marvel at the creativity and ambition of those who came before us. As we leave the gardens behind, we'll venture into the heart of another ancient civilization, the Nabateans, and their hidden secrets within the rock-cut city of Petra. What mysteries lie buried in its rose-red cliffs? Stay with us as we uncover the untold stories of this remarkable people. Now, let's journey into the heart of the desert, where the Nabateans carved their legacy into the very stone of Petra. This ancient civilization, often overshadowed by their more famous neighbors, left behind a city that continues to astonish archaeologists and historians alike. Nestled within the rugged cliffs of southern Jordan, Petra stands as a testament to the Nabateans' ingenuity, resilience, and mastery of their harsh environment. The Nabateans were more than just skilled architects. They were pioneers of survival in one of the world's most unforgiving landscapes. At the core of their success was an extraordinary water management system, a feat of engineering that allowed them to thrive in the arid desert. They constructed an intricate network of channels, cisterns, and dams to capture and store every precious drop of rainwater. This system not only sustained their city, but also enabled them to cultivate crops and support a bustling population. Imagine the sight of water flowing through the desert, a lifeline carved into the rock by hands that understood the value of every drop. Petra itself is a marvel of rock-cut architecture, with its most iconic structure, the treasury, serving as a breathtaking introduction to the city. But beyond this famous facade lies a labyrinth of tombs, temples, and dwellings, each one a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. The Nabateans carved these structures directly into the rose-red sandstone cliffs, creating a city that blended seamlessly with its natural surroundings. The precision and artistry of their work suggest a deep connection to their environment and a profound understanding of the materials they worked with. What many don't realize is that Petra was more than just a city. It was a thriving hub of trade and culture. The Nabateans controlled key trade routes that connected the Arabian Peninsula, Egypt, and the Mediterranean, making them one of the most influential trading powers of their time. They traded in luxury goods like incense, spices, and silk, amassing wealth that allowed them to build their magnificent city, but their influence extended beyond commerce. The Nabateans were a melting pot of cultures, absorbing and blending influences from the Greeks, Romans, and Egyptians, which is reflected in their art, architecture, and even their language. One of the lesser-known aspects of Nabatean culture is their religious practices. They worshipped a pantheon of gods with Dashara, the chief deity, often associated with mountains and stone. Their temples and altars, carved high into the cliffs, suggest a spiritual connection to the land they inhabited. These sacred spaces offer a glimpse into the beliefs and rituals that shaped their daily lives, adding another layer of depth to our understanding of this enigmatic civilization. As we explore Petra's hidden secrets, we're reminded of the Nabateans' ability to adapt and innovate. Their story is one of resilience, creativity, and an unyielding determination to thrive against the odds. From their ingenious water systems to their awe-inspiring architecture, the Nabateans left behind a legacy that continues to captivate and inspire. With Petra's mysteries still echoing in our minds, we'll turn our attention to another ancient enigma, the Dead Sea Scrolls. What hidden messages do these ancient texts hold, and what can they tell us about the religious practices of the past? Join us as we uncover the untold stories of these remarkable artifacts. Now, let's shift our gaze from the rose-red cliffs of Petra to the shores of the Dead Sea, where one of the most extraordinary archaeological discoveries of the 20th century was made. In the mid-1940s, a young Bedouin shepherd stumbled upon a collection of ancient scrolls hidden in the caves of Qumran. These scrolls, now known as the Dead Sea Scrolls, would become a treasure trove of knowledge, offering unprecedented insights into the religious and cultural practices of ancient times. The Dead Sea Scrolls consist of thousands of fragments and complete texts, written primarily in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. Among them are some of the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible, along with commentaries, prayers, and community rules. These texts provide a rare glimpse into the beliefs and daily lives of a Jewish sect known as the Essenes, who are believed to have lived in the Qumran community around 2,000 years ago. The scrolls reveal a group deeply committed to religious purity, study, and preparation for what they believed was an imminent divine intervention. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Dead Sea Scrolls is the light they shed on the diversity of religious thought in the ancient world. While many of the texts align with the Hebrew Bible, others present unique interpretations and traditions that were previously unknown. For example, the scrolls include apocalyptic visions, hymns of praise, and detailed instructions for communal living, all of which challenge our understanding of early Judaism. They also highlight the fluidity of religious texts before they were standardized, showing how different communities preserved and adapted sacred writings. The discovery of the scrolls has sparked intense debate among scholars. Some argue that the Essenes were the sole authors and custodians of the scrolls, while others suggest that the texts may have been brought to Qumran from various Jewish communities for safekeeping during times of turmoil. The exact origins of the scrolls remain a mystery, adding to their allure and significance. What is clear, however, is that they offer a unique window into the spiritual and intellectual world of ancient Judea. Beyond their religious importance, the Dead Sea Scrolls also reveal the practical challenges of preserving knowledge in antiquity. The scrolls were carefully stored in clay jars, hidden in remote caves to protect them from destruction. This act of preservation speaks to the value placed on these texts by their creators, as well as their desire to ensure that future generations could access their wisdom. Today, the scrolls continue to be studied and analyzed, with new technologies allowing scholars to uncover hidden details and reconstruct fragmented texts. The Dead Sea Scrolls remind us that the past is never truly lost. They are a testament to the enduring power of written words and the human desire to connect with the divine. As we piece together their hidden messages, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexity and richness of ancient religious practices. With the mysteries of the Dead Sea Scrolls still fresh in our minds, we'll turn our attention to another remarkable repository of ancient knowledge, the forgotten libraries of the Assyrian Empire. What secrets do these ancient texts hold, and how did they shape the world of their time? Join us as we explore the untold stories of these monumental collections. Now let's journey from the hidden caves of Qumran to the grand halls of the Assyrian Empire, where another treasure trove of ancient knowledge awaits. The Assyrian Empire, known for its military might and sprawling cities, was also home to some of the most impressive libraries of the ancient world. Among these, the Library of Ashurbanipal stands out as a monumental achievement in the preservation of knowledge. Located in the ancient city of Nineveh, the Library of Ashurbanipal was not just a collection of texts but a carefully curated archive of the empire's intellectual and cultural heritage. King Ashurbanipal, who ruled in the 7th century BCE, was a passionate scholar and collector. Unlike many rulers of his time, he valued learning and sought to gather the wisdom of his era under one roof. His library housed tens of thousands of clay tablets, inscribed with cuneiform script, covering a wide range of subjects from literature and religion to science and law. One of the most remarkable aspects of the library is its diversity. Alongside royal decrees and administrative records, the collection included epic tales like the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest known works of literature. This story, which explores themes of mortality, friendship, and the search for meaning, has captivated readers for millennia and continues to influence modern storytelling. The library also contained medical texts, astronomical observations, and even early forms of dictionaries, showcasing the Assyrians' commitment to understanding and organizing the world around them. But the Library of Ashurbanipal was more than just a repository of knowledge. It was a testament to the empire's ambition to preserve its legacy. The Assyrians understood the fragility of human memory and the importance of recording their achievements for posterity. By meticulously copying and storing texts, they ensured that their culture, beliefs, and discoveries would endure long after their empire faded. The impact of these forgotten libraries extends far beyond their time. When archaeologists uncovered the ruins of Nineveh in the 19th century, they were astonished by the sheer volume of texts preserved in the Library of Ashurbanipal. These discoveries have provided modern scholars with invaluable insights into the ancient world, shedding light on everything from daily life in Mesopotamia to the development of early writing systems. The library's texts have also helped bridge gaps in our understanding of ancient languages, allowing us to decode long-lost scripts and piece together fragmented histories. Yet, the story of the Assyrian libraries is not without its mysteries. While many of the texts have been translated and studied, others remain enigmatic, their meanings still waiting to be unlocked. Some tablets contain references to lost works or unknown traditions, hinting at a wealth of knowledge that may have been lost to time. These gaps remind us that, even with all we've learned, there is still much to discover about the ancient world. As we reflect on the legacy of the Assyrian libraries, we're reminded of the enduring power of written words. Just as the Dead Sea Scrolls revealed the spiritual depth of ancient Judea, the Library of Ashurbanipal offers a glimpse into the intellectual ambitions of the Assyrian Empire. Together, these collections remind us that the pursuit of knowledge is a timeless endeavor, one that connects us across centuries and civilizations. With the echoes of Assyrian scholarship still resonating, we'll now turn our attention to another ancient mystery, the story of the Tower of Babel. What truths lie behind this legendary tale, and how does it reflect the aspirations and challenges of the ancient world? Join us as we uncover the next chapter in our journey through the untold stories of the ancient Middle East. Now, as we leave behind the echoes of Assyrian scholarship, let's step into the realm of myth and mystery with the story of the Tower of Babel. This legendary tale, found in the book of Genesis, has fascinated scholars, historians, and storytellers for centuries. But what lies beneath its surface? Is it merely a moral lesson, or does it hold clues to the ancient world's ambitions and challenges? The story of the Tower of Babel tells of a time when humanity, speaking a single language, came together to build a tower that would reach the heavens. Their goal was to make a name for themselves and avoid being scattered across the earth, but their efforts were met with divine intervention. God confused their language, causing them to abandon the project and scatter across the globe. This tale has often been interpreted as a lesson in humility, a reminder of the limits of human ambition, yet its roots may stretch deeper into history than we realize. Many scholars believe the Tower of Babel story was inspired by the towering ziggurats of ancient Mesopotamia. These massive stepped structures, built by the Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians, served as temples and symbols of their city's power and devotion to the gods. The most famous of these, the Etemenanke ziggurat in Babylon, is often linked to the biblical account. Standing at the heart of the city, this structure was dedicated to the god Marduk and was said to reach toward the heavens, much like the Tower of Babel. Archaeological evidence supports this connection. Excavations in Babylon have revealed the remains of the Etemenanke, along with inscriptions describing its construction and purpose. These findings suggest that the ziggurat was not just a religious site, but also a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition. The parallels between the biblical story and the real-life ziggurat are striking, raising questions about how ancient myths were shaped by historical events. But the Tower of Babel is more than just a reflection of ancient architecture. It also speaks to the cultural and linguistic diversity of the ancient world. The story's emphasis on language and communication highlights the challenges of a world where different peoples and cultures interacted, traded, and sometimes clashed. In this sense, the Tower of Babel can be seen as a metaphor for the complexities of human society, a theme that resonates even today. The mystery of the Tower of Babel also invites us to consider the role of storytelling in shaping our understanding of history. While the biblical account is steeped in symbolism, it may have been influenced by real events and structures that left a lasting impression on the ancient imagination. By exploring the connections between myth and archaeology, we gain a deeper appreciation for how stories can preserve the memories and aspirations of past civilizations. As we reflect on the Tower of Babel, we're reminded of the enduring power of human ambition and the challenges that come with it. Whether as a cautionary tale or a symbol of unity and division, this story continues to captivate and inspire. And as we move forward in our journey through the untold stories of the ancient Middle East, we'll uncover even more mysteries that reveal the richness and complexity of this fascinating region. Next, we'll delve into the ancient city of Ebla and its lost archives, where thousands of clay tablets have unlocked secrets about early diplomacy, trade, and culture. What hidden stories do these ancient records hold, and how do they reshape our understanding of the past? Join us as we continue to explore the untold tales of the ancient Middle East. Now, shifting our focus from the towering myths of Babylon, we journey to the ancient city of Ebla, a once thriving metropolis whose rediscovery has rewritten chapters of early history. Nestled in what is now modern-day Syria, Ebla was a hub of culture, trade, and diplomacy, but its true significance lay hidden beneath the sands for millennia until the discovery of its royal archives. In the 1960s, Italian archaeologists unearthed a treasure trove of clay tablets in the ruins of Ebla. These tablets, numbering in the thousands, were written in a previously unknown Semitic language, now referred to as Eblate. This discovery was nothing short of revolutionary, offering a rare glimpse into the political, economic, and cultural life of a civilization that flourished over 4,000 years ago. The archives of Ebla reveal a sophisticated society with a highly organized administration. The tablets include records of trade agreements, diplomatic correspondence, and even royal decrees, painting a vivid picture of a city deeply connected to its neighbors. Ebla's merchants traded goods like textiles, metals, and timber across the ancient world, from Mesopotamia to the Mediterranean. These records not only highlight the city's economic prowess, but also shed light on the intricate networks of diplomacy that bound ancient civilizations together. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Ebla archives is their contribution to our understanding of early Semitic languages. The Eblate language, preserved in these tablets, provides a crucial link in the evolution of Semitic languages, bridging the gap between Akkadian and later languages like Hebrew and Aramaic. This linguistic treasure has allowed scholars to trace the development of writing and communication in the ancient world, offering new insights into how ideas and cultures spread. But the archives do more than just document trade and language. They tell stories of power, ambition, and human connection. Among the tablets are records of treaties and alliances, revealing how Ebla navigated the complex political landscape of its time. One notable example is a treaty with the powerful city of Mari, which outlines terms of mutual support and trade. Such documents underscore the importance of diplomacy in maintaining stability and prosperity in the ancient world. The discovery of Ebla's archives also challenges some long-held assumptions about the ancient Middle East. For instance, the sheer volume of administrative records suggests a level of bureaucratic sophistication previously thought to have emerged much later. This finding has prompted historians to reconsider the timeline of early state formation and the development of complex societies. As we piece together the story of Ebla, we're reminded of the enduring power of written records to preserve the voices of the past. These clay tablets, once buried and forgotten, now speak to us across the centuries, offering a window into a world that might otherwise have been lost to time. They remind us that even the smallest fragments of history can hold profound significance, reshaping our understanding of the ancient world. With the echoes of Ebla's diplomatic triumphs still lingering, we turn our attention to the Persian Royal Road, a vast network that connected the far reaches of the Persian Empire. What secrets lie along this ancient highway, and how did it shape the flow of goods, ideas, and power in the ancient world? Join us as we continue to uncover the untold stories of the ancient Middle East. Now, as we leave the bustling markets and diplomatic halls of Ebla behind, let us journey along the Persian Royal Road, an ancient highway that stretched across the vast expanse of the Persian Empire. This remarkable network of roads, spanning over 2,500 kilometers, was more than just a path for travelers. It was the lifeblood of an empire, connecting distant lands and weaving together cultures, goods, and ideas. The Persian Royal Road was a marvel of engineering and organization, designed to facilitate swift communication and efficient trade. Built under the reign of Darius I in the 5th century BCE, it linked the empire's western capital of Sardis in modern-day Turkey to its eastern heart in Susa near the Persian Gulf. Along the way, it passed through key cities like Babylon and Ecbatana, creating a web of connectivity that allowed the empire to function as a unified whole. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Royal Road was its use of a relay system for messengers, known as the Angarium. This system allowed messages to travel across the empire in a matter of days, an astonishing feat for its time. Mounted couriers would ride from one station to the next, passing messages like a baton in a race. This system was so efficient that the Greek historian Herodotus famously claimed, "Neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds." But the Royal Road was not just a conduit for messages, it was also a bustling trade route. Merchants from across the empire and beyond traveled its length, carrying goods like spices, textiles, and precious metals. The road facilitated the exchange of not only material wealth, but also cultural and technological innovations. Ideas, religions, and artistic styles flowed along its path, enriching the diverse tapestry of the Persian Empire. The road also played a crucial role in maintaining the empire's political stability. By connecting far-flung provinces to the central authority, it allowed the Persian kings to exert control over their vast territories. Governors or satraps could send reports and receive instructions quickly, ensuring that the empire remained cohesive despite its immense size. Yet, the royal road was not without its dangers. Travelers faced risks from bandits, harsh weather, and the sheer length of the journey. Caravans often traveled in groups for protection, and rest stations, known as caravanserais, provided shelter and supplies along the way. These stations became hubs of activity, where travelers from different regions could share stories, news, and goods, further enriching the cultural exchange that defined the road. The Persian royal road also left a lasting legacy beyond the empire's borders. Its influence can be seen in later road networks such as the Roman roads, which borrowed many of its principles. Even today, the idea of a road connecting distant lands and fostering exchange remains a powerful symbol of unity and progress. As we walk in the footsteps of ancient travelers along this legendary road, we are reminded of the enduring power of connection. The Persian royal road was more than just a physical path. It was a bridge between worlds, a testament to human ingenuity, and a reminder that even the longest journeys begin with a single step. With the echoes of caravans and couriers still resonating, we now turn our attention to the Cyrus cylinder, an artifact that has been hailed as one of the earliest declarations of human rights. What secrets does this ancient clay cylinder hold, and how did it shape the ideals of governance and tolerance in the Persian Empire? Join us as we continue to uncover the untold stories of the ancient Middle East. Now, as we step away from the bustling trade routes and couriers of the Persian royal road, let us turn our attention to a small but extraordinary artifact that has captivated historians and scholars for centuries: the Cyrus cylinder. This unassuming clay cylinder, inscribed with cuneiform script, holds within it a story of governance, tolerance, and a vision of human rights that was centuries ahead of its time. Discovered in Babylon in 1879, the Cyrus cylinder dates back to the 6th century BCE, during the reign of Cyrus the Great, the founder of the Persian Empire. At first glance, it might seem like just another royal proclamation, but its contents reveal something far more profound. The cylinder records Cyrus's conquest of Babylon and his subsequent policies toward the people he now ruled. Unlike many conquerors of his time, Cyrus chose not to impose his culture or religion on the defeated Babylonians. Instead, he declared freedom for the people, allowing them to return to their homelands and practice their own traditions. This act of tolerance and respect for diversity is what has led many to call the Cyrus cylinder one of the earliest known declarations of human rights. The text speaks of restoring temples, freeing enslaved peoples, and ensuring justice for all. It's a remarkable testament to Cyrus's vision of an empire built not on oppression but on cooperation and mutual respect. But the story of the Cyrus cylinder goes beyond its immediate historical context. It offers us a glimpse into the ideals that shaped the Persian Empire's governance. Cyrus's policies were not just about maintaining control, they were about creating a society where different cultures could coexist and thrive. This approach was revolutionary for its time and laid the foundation for the empire's long-lasting stability and influence. The cylinder also sheds light on the untold stories of the people who lived under Persian rule. For example, it mentions the return of displaced communities, such as the Jews who had been exiled to Babylon. Cyrus allowed them to return to Jerusalem and rebuild their temple, an act that earned him a place in the Hebrew Bible as a liberator and a righteous ruler. This moment of restoration was not just a political gesture, it was a profound acknowledgement of the dignity and rights of a people who had suffered greatly. Yet the Cyrus cylinder is not without its mysteries. Scholars continue to debate its true purpose. Was it purely a piece of propaganda designed to legitimize Cyrus's rule? Or was it a genuine expression of his philosophy of governance? The answer likely lies somewhere in between. What is clear, however, is that the cylinder reflects a unique moment in history when a ruler sought to unite his empire through principles of justice and tolerance rather than force. The legacy of the Cyrus cylinder extends far beyond the ancient world. In the 20th century, it became a symbol of human rights, inspiring leaders and thinkers around the globe. Its message of freedom and respect for diversity resonates even today, reminding us that the ideals of justice and equality are timeless. As we reflect on the Cyrus cylinder and its enduring significance, we are reminded of the power of leadership to shape the course of history. Cyrus's vision of an inclusive empire challenges us to consider how we, too, can build societies that honor the dignity of all people. With the echoes of Cyrus's legacy still lingering, we now turn to another mystery of the ancient world, the lost tribes of Israel. What became of these 10 tribes, and how did their disappearance shape the cultural and historical landscape of the Middle East? Join us as we continue to uncover the untold stories of the ancient Middle East. Shifting our focus from the enduring legacy of the Cyrus cylinder, we now delve into one of the most intriguing mysteries of the ancient world, the story of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. These tribes, once central to the identity of the ancient Israelites, vanished from the historical record, leaving behind a puzzle that has fascinated scholars, historians, and even modern-day communities for centuries. The tale begins with the division of the ancient kingdom of Israel following the reign of King Solomon. After his death, the kingdom split into two, the northern kingdom of Israel, consisting of 10 tribes, and the southern kingdom of Judah, home to the tribes of Judah and Benjamin. The northern kingdom thrived for a time, but its fate took a dramatic turn in the 8th century BC when the Assyrian Empire under King Shalmaneser V conquered the region. The 10 tribes were exiled, scattered across the vast Assyrian Empire, and seemingly lost to history. What happened to these tribes after their exile remains one of the great unanswered questions of the ancient Middle East. Some theories suggest they were assimilated into the populations of the regions where they were resettled, their identities gradually fading over time. Others propose that they maintained their distinct culture and traditions in secret, blending into new societies while preserving their heritage. There are even claims that descendants of these tribes can be found in remote communities around the world, from Central Asia to Africa, though these connections are often debated. The disappearance of the 10 tribes had a profound impact on the cultural and historical landscape of the Middle East. Their absence reshaped the identity of the Israelite people, leaving the tribes of Judah and Benjamin to carry forward the legacy of the ancient Israelites. This shift laid the foundation for the development of Judaism as we know it today, with a focus on Jerusalem and the Temple as central to religious life. The mystery of the lost tribes has also inspired countless legends and stories throughout history. In medieval Europe, tales of the tribe's survival fueled speculation about their whereabouts, with some even linking them to the mythical kingdom of Prestigion. In more recent times, various groups have claimed descent from the lost tribes, from the Beta Israel of Ethiopia to the Pashtuns of Afghanistan and Pakistan. While these claims are often difficult to verify, they highlight the enduring fascination with this ancient mystery. The cultural impact of the lost tribes extends beyond historical curiosity. Their story has become a symbol of resilience and survival, resonating with communities who see their own struggles reflected in the fate of these ancient people. It also raises important questions about identity, heritage, and the ways in which cultures evolve and adapt over time. As we explore the mystery of the 10 lost tribes, we are reminded of the fragility of history and the ways in which the past continues to shape the present. Their story challenges us to consider how identities are formed, preserved, and sometimes lost, and how the echoes of ancient events can still be felt today. With the enigma of the lost tribes still lingering in our minds, we now turn our attention to another ancient mystery, the ancient port of Jerha. What role did this once thriving city play in the trade networks of the ancient world, and what secrets lie buried beneath its sands? Join us as we continue our journey through the untold stories of the ancient Middle East. Now, let's set sail to the ancient port of Jerha, a city that once stood as a bustling hub of trade and commerce in the heart of the Arabian Peninsula. Known for its wealth and strategic location, Jerha played a pivotal role in connecting the ancient world, yet its exact location remains one of the great mysteries of the ancient Middle East. Jerha's prominence began around the 4th century BCE, when it emerged as a key player in the lucrative trade networks that crisscrossed the region. Situated along the eastern coast of the Arabian Peninsula, the city served as a vital link between the civilizations of Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, and the Mediterranean. Merchants from far and wide flocked to Jerha, bringing with them goods such as spices, incense, textiles, and precious metals. The city's wealth was legendary, with ancient historians like Strabo and Pliny the Elder describing it as a place of immense prosperity. But what made Jerha truly unique was its ability to thrive in a harsh and unforgiving environment. The city's inhabitants mastered the art of water management, constructing intricate irrigation systems that allowed them to cultivate crops and sustain their population in the arid desert. This ingenuity not only supported their own needs but also enabled them to produce goods for trade, further enhancing their economic power. Despite its significance, the exact location of Jerha has eluded archaeologists and historians for centuries. Some believe it was situated near modern-day Al-Hassa in Saudi Arabia, while others argue for locations further north along the Persian Gulf. The lack of definitive archaeological evidence has only deepened the mystery, leaving scholars to piece together clues from ancient texts and scattered artifacts. The decline of Jerha is another enigma. Some theories suggest that shifts in trade routes, possibly due to the rise of other port cities or changes in political power, led to its gradual decline. Others point to natural disasters or environmental changes that may have made the region less hospitable. Whatever the cause, Jerha eventually faded from the historical record, its once thriving markets and bustling streets swallowed by the sands of time. Yet, the legacy of Jerha endures. Its story offers a glimpse into the dynamic trade networks of the ancient world and the ingenuity of its people. The city's ability to adapt and flourish in a challenging environment serves as a testament to human resilience and innovation. As we reflect on the mysteries of Jerha, we are reminded of the countless untold stories waiting to be uncovered beneath the sands of the ancient Middle East. Each discovery brings us closer to understanding the complex tapestry of history and the interconnectedness of ancient civilizations. With the secrets of Jerha still shrouded in mystery, we now turn our attention to another architectural marvel of the ancient world, the ziggurat of Ur. What hidden chambers and rituals lie within its towering walls? Join us as we continue our exploration of the untold stories that shaped the ancient Middle East. Now let's journey to the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, where the towering ziggurat of Ur rises as a testament to the ingenuity and spiritual devotion of its builders. This monumental structure, constructed over 4,000 years ago, stands as one of the most iconic symbols of the ancient world. But beyond its imposing presence, the ziggurat of Ur holds secrets that reveal the beliefs, rituals, and daily lives of the people who once worshipped within its walls. The ziggurat of Ur was built during the reign of King Ur-Nammu around the 21st century BCE as a sacred temple dedicated to Nana, the moon god. Its design was both practical and symbolic, with a massive stepped structure that reached toward the heavens. Each level of the ziggurat was carefully constructed using mud bricks, with a core of sun-dried bricks and an outer layer of baked bricks to withstand the elements. The entire structure was coated in bitumen, a natural tar-like substance, to provide additional protection against rain and erosion. At the top of the ziggurat stood a temple, believed to be the dwelling place of Nana. This elevated sanctuary was accessible only to priests and royalty, who performed rituals and offerings to honor the deity. The ziggurate's height was not just a feat of engineering, but also a symbolic bridge between the earthly realm and the divine. For the people of it was a place where the gods could descend to meet humanity, and where prayers and sacrifices could ascend to the heavens. The construction of the ziggurat of was a monumental undertaking, requiring the labor of thousands of workers and the coordination of skilled architects and engineers. Ancient records suggest that the project was seen as a sacred duty, with the king himself overseeing its progress. The workers were likely motivated by a combination of religious devotion and civic pride, as the ziggurat served not only as a place of worship but also as a symbol of the city's power and prosperity. Within the walls of the ziggurat, archaeologists have uncovered evidence of the rituals that took place there. Offerings of food, drink, and precious objects were made to Nana, accompanied by prayers and hymns. The priests who conducted these ceremonies played a crucial role in maintaining the favor of the gods, ensuring the well-being of the city and its inhabitants. The ziggurat was also a center of learning, where scribes recorded religious texts and astronomical observations, further cementing its importance in the cultural and spiritual life of Despite its grandeur, the ziggurat of was not immune to the passage of time. Over the centuries, it fell into disrepair, its once vibrant rituals fading into memory. Yet, its legacy endures, offering us a glimpse into the spiritual and architectural achievements of ancient Mesopotamia. The ziggurat's design influenced later structures across the region, and its story continues to inspire awe and curiosity. As we explore the hidden chambers and untold stories of the ziggurat of we are reminded of the profound connection between humanity and the divine in the ancient world. This monumental structure stands as a testament to the creativity, faith, and determination of its builders, inviting us to uncover the mysteries that lie within its ancient walls. With the secrets of the ziggurat of still echoing through time, we now turn our attention to another ancient civilization that thrived in the shadows of history, the forgotten kingdom of Dilmun. What myths and legends surround this enigmatic land? Join us as we continue our journey through the untold stories of the ancient Middle East. Now, let's set sail across the waters of time to the forgotten kingdom of Dilmun, a land shrouded in myth and mystery. Nestled in the heart of the Persian Gulf, Dilmun was once a thriving hub of trade and culture, connecting the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, and beyond. But what made this enigmatic kingdom so significant, and why does it continue to captivate historians and storytellers alike? Dilmun's origins trace back to the 3rd millennium BC, when it emerged as a vital center of commerce. Its strategic location made it a crossroads for merchants trading in precious goods like copper, pearls, and ivory. The kingdom's wealth and prosperity were legendary, with ancient texts describing it as a land of abundance and tranquility. But Dilmun was more than just a marketplace, it was a place of myth and spiritual significance. In Sumerian mythology, Dilmun was often depicted as a paradise, a pure and sacred land where the gods themselves resided. Some scholars believe it may have inspired the later concept of the Garden of Eden, with its lush landscapes and serene atmosphere. The Epic of Gilgamesh even mentions Dilmun as the place where the hero sought eternal life, further cementing its place in ancient lore. Archaeological discoveries have shed light on the daily life of Dilmun's people. Excavations on the island of Bahrain, believed to be the heart of the kingdom, have uncovered ancient burial mounds, temples, and settlements. These findings reveal a society that valued craftsmanship, trade, and religious devotion. The Dilmunites were skilled artisans, creating intricate seals and pottery that reflected their connection to distant cultures. One of the most fascinating aspects of Dilmun is its role as a mediator between civilizations. The kingdom's traders acted as intermediaries, facilitating the exchange of goods and ideas between Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley. This cultural exchange left a lasting impact, influencing art, architecture, and even religious practices across the region. Yet, despite its prominence, Dilmun's decline remains a mystery. By the 2nd millennium BC, the kingdom had faded from historical records, its once bustling ports falling silent. Some theories suggest that changes in trade routes or environmental shifts may have contributed to its downfall. Others point to the rise of competing powers that overshadowed Dilmun's influence. The legacy of Dilmun, however, endures. Its myths and legends continue to inspire, while its archaeological remains offer a glimpse into a civilization that bridged the ancient world. As we uncover the untold stories of this forgotten kingdom, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of human history and the enduring power of myth. With the echoes of Dilmun's past still resonating, we now turn our attention to another ancient city that played a pivotal role in shaping the history of the Middle East, the royal archives of Mari. What secrets do these ancient records hold, and how do they illuminate the politics and diplomacy of their time? Join us as we continue our journey through the untold stories of the ancient Middle East. As we leave the enigmatic kingdom of Dilmun behind, our journey now takes us to the ancient city of Mari, a place where history was not just lived but meticulously recorded. Nestled along the banks of the Euphrates River in what is now modern-day Syria, Mari was a thriving metropolis and a key player in the political and cultural landscape of ancient Mesopotamia. But what truly sets Mari apart is its extraordinary royal archives, a treasure trove of clay tablets that offer an unparalleled glimpse into the world of diplomacy, warfare, and governance over 4,000 years ago. The discovery of Mari's royal archives in the 1930s was nothing short of revolutionary. Archaeologists unearthed more than 20,000 clay tablets, many of which were remarkably well preserved. These tablets, written in Akkadian cuneiform, provide a detailed account of the city's administration, its relationships with neighboring states, and the day-to-day lives of its people. For historians, this was like opening a time capsule, offering a rare and intimate look at the inner workings of an ancient civilization. One of the most striking aspects of the archives is their insight into the art of diplomacy. The tablets reveal a sophisticated network of alliances, treaties, and correspondence between Mari and other powerful city-states like Babylon and Ebla. Kings and ambassadors exchanged letters filled with flattery, threats, and negotiations, showcasing the delicate balance of power in the region. These documents highlight how diplomacy was not just about forging alliances, but also about maintaining peace and stability in a volatile world. But Mari was not just a city of diplomats, it was also a city of warriors. The archives contain detailed records of military campaigns, troop movements, and strategies employed by Mari's rulers. One particularly fascinating account describes a conflict with the kingdom of Yamhad, a rival power to the north. The tablets outline the preparations for battle, the challenges faced by the army, and the eventual triumph of Mari's forces. These records not only shed light on the tactics of ancient warfare, but also reveal the human side of conflict, from the bravery of soldiers to the anxieties of their leaders. Beyond politics and warfare, the archives also offer a glimpse into the everyday life of Mari's inhabitants. From legal disputes and trade agreements to personal letters and religious rituals, the tablets paint a vivid picture of a society that valued order, justice, and spirituality. One tablet, for instance, details the construction of a temple, complete with lists of materials and the names of the workers involved. Another records a marriage contract, outlining the rights and responsibilities of the bride and groom. These documents remind us that, even in the ancient world, people were not so different from us. They sought love, security, and meaning in their lives. Yet, despite its prosperity, Mari's story came to an abrupt end. Around 1760 BC, the city was conquered and destroyed by the Babylonian king Hammurabi. The royal palace, once a symbol of Mary's power, was reduced to ruins and its archives were buried beneath the rubble. For centuries, the city lay forgotten, its secrets hidden beneath the sands of time. Today, the rediscovery of Mary and its archives has reshaped our understanding of ancient Mesopotamia. These clay tablets are more than just historical records. They are windows into a world that was both familiar and foreign, a world where diplomacy and warfare, power and piety coexisted in a delicate balance. As we continue to decipher these ancient texts, we uncover not just the story of Mary but the story of humanity itself, our triumphs, our struggles, and our enduring quest for connection. With the echoes of Mary's royal archives still resonating, we now turn our attention to another ancient marvel that transformed the course of history, the invention of the Phoenician alphabet. How did this revolutionary writing system emerge, and what impact did it have on the ancient world? Join us as we delve deeper into the untold stories of the ancient Middle East. As we step away from the clay tablets of Mary, our journey now leads us to the shores of the Eastern Mediterranean, where a groundbreaking innovation forever changed the way humans communicate, the Phoenician alphabet. Unlike the complex cuneiform and hieroglyphic systems of Mesopotamia and Egypt, the Phoenician alphabet was a revolutionary simplification, a set of just 22 characters that could represent the sounds of spoken language. But how did this system emerge, and why did it become so influential across the ancient world? The origins of the Phoenician alphabet can be traced back to the coastal cities of ancient Phoenicia, a region that corresponds to modern-day Lebanon and parts of Syria and Israel. Around 1500 BCE, the Phoenicians, a seafaring people known for their trade networks and craftsmanship, began to develop a new way of writing. This system was born out of necessity. Merchants and traders needed a simpler, more efficient way to record transactions and communicate across vast distances. What made the Phoenician alphabet so revolutionary was its focus on phonetics. Instead of using hundreds of symbols to represent words or ideas, as in cuneiform or hieroglyphs, the Phoenician system used individual characters to represent consonant sounds. This made it far easier to learn and use, opening up literacy to a much broader segment of society. The alphabet was also highly adaptable, allowing it to be modified and adopted by different cultures. The spread of the Phoenician alphabet was closely tied to the Phoenicians' extensive trade networks. As they sailed across the Mediterranean, establishing colonies and trading posts, they brought their writing system with them. One of the most significant adopters was the ancient Greeks, who adapted the Phoenician alphabet to suit their own language. The Greeks added vowels to the system, creating the first true alphabet in the modern sense. This Greek alphabet, in turn, became the foundation for the Latin script used in much of the world today. But the influence of the Phoenician alphabet didn't stop there. It also shaped the writing systems of the Aramaic, Hebrew, and Arabic languages, among others. In fact, nearly every major writing system in use today can trace its roots back to this ancient innovation. The Phoenician alphabet's simplicity and versatility made it a powerful tool for communication, enabling the exchange of ideas and knowledge across cultures and generations. Yet, despite its profound impact, the story of the Phoenician alphabet is not without its mysteries. Scholars still debate the exact process by which it was developed and how it spread so rapidly. Some believe it was influenced by earlier writing systems, while others argue it was a completely original creation. What is clear, however, is that the Phoenician alphabet marked a turning point in human history, paving the way for the written word as we know it today. As we reflect on the legacy of the Phoenician alphabet, we are reminded of the power of simplicity and innovation. This ancient system not only transformed communication, but also laid the groundwork for the spread of knowledge and culture across the ancient world. And as we continue our exploration of the untold stories of the ancient Middle East, we turn next to the ancient city of Palmyra, a cultural crossroads where East met West in a dazzling display of art, architecture, and ambition. Now, as we journey further into the heart of the ancient Middle East, we arrive at the breathtaking ruins of Palmyra, a city that once stood as a shimmering jewel in the desert. Known as the Bride of the Desert, Palmyra was more than just a city. It was a vibrant cultural crossroads where East met West, and where the ambitions of empires converged. Palmyra's rise to prominence began around the 1st century BCE, when it became a key hub along the Silk Road. Caravans laden with spices, silk, and precious goods traveled through its gates, bringing wealth and influence to the city. But what truly set Palmyra apart was its unique blend of cultures. Here, Roman architecture stood side by side with Persian and Arabian influences, creating a cityscape unlike any other in the ancient world. The grand colonnaded streets, the towering Temple of Bel, and the intricate tombs carved into the surrounding cliffs all bore witness to the city's cosmopolitan spirit. At the heart of Palmyra's story is its people, a resilient and resourceful community that thrived in the harsh desert environment. The Palmyrans were master traders, skilled diplomats, and innovative engineers. They built an extensive network of underground aqueducts to bring water to the city, ensuring its survival in an arid landscape. But their greatest strength lay in their ability to navigate the complex political landscape of the ancient world. Palmyra maintained a delicate balance between the Roman Empire to the west and the Parthian Empire to the east, often acting as a mediator between the two powers. However, Palmyra's golden age was not to last. In the 3rd century CE, the city's ambitious queen, Zenobia, sought to challenge Rome's dominance. Under her leadership, Palmyra expanded its territory, briefly establishing an empire that stretched from Egypt to Anatolia. But this bold move ultimately led to the city's downfall. The Roman Emperor Aurelian launched a devastating campaign against Palmyra, capturing Zenobia and sacking the city. Though Palmyra would later be rebuilt, it never regained its former glory. The story of Palmyra is not just one of rise and fall, it is also a story of resilience. Despite centuries of decline and the ravages of time, the city's ruins have endured, standing as a testament to the ingenuity and determination of its people. In recent years, Palmyra has faced new challenges as conflict in the region has threatened its ancient treasures. Yet, even in the face of destruction, efforts to preserve and restore the city continue, ensuring that its legacy lives on. As we reflect on the lost glory of Palmyra, we are reminded of the enduring power of human creativity and adaptability. This ancient city, with its blend of cultures and its spirit of innovation, offers us a glimpse into a world where boundaries were fluid and possibilities were endless. And as we continue our exploration of the untold stories of the ancient Middle East, we turn next to the enigmatic Moabite stone, a relic that holds secrets of a long-forgotten kingdom and its struggles for survival. Now, shifting our gaze to another remarkable artifact, we uncover the mysteries of the Moabite stone, a relic that offers a rare glimpse into the ancient kingdom of Moab and its turbulent relationship with Israel. Discovered in the late 19th century in what is now modern-day Jordan, this basalt stele stands as one of the most significant archaeological finds from the ancient Middle East. Its inscriptions, written in the Moabite language, provide a first-hand account of King Mesha of Moab and his struggles against the Kingdom of Israel during the 9th century BC. The Moabite stone, also known as the Mesha stele, is more than just a historical record. It is a window into the political and cultural dynamics of the time. The text describes how King Mesha rebelled against Israelite domination, reclaiming territory and dedicating his victories to the Moabite god Chemosh. This narrative not only highlights the fierce independence of the Moabites, but also sheds light on the religious and ideological motivations behind their conflicts. For the Moabites, their battles were not merely about land or power. They were acts of devotion to their deity, a theme that resonates throughout the ancient world. What makes the Moabite stone particularly fascinating is its parallel to biblical accounts. The stele mentions the Israelite king Omri and his son Ahab, figures well known from the Hebrew Bible. This connection has sparked debates among historians and archaeologists, as it provides an external perspective on events described in biblical texts. The Moabite stone serves as a rare example of how ancient inscriptions can corroborate or challenge historical narratives, offering a more nuanced understanding of the past. Beyond its historical significance, the Moabite stone also reveals the artistry and craftsmanship of the Moabites. The carefully carved letters and the polished surface of the stele demonstrate a high level of skill and attention to detail. It is a testament to the cultural achievements of a kingdom often overshadowed by its more powerful neighbors. Yet, the story of the Moabite stone is not without its own mysteries. The stele was broken into pieces shortly after its discovery, and some fragments remain missing to this day. This has led to ongoing efforts to reconstruct its full text and uncover the secrets it still holds. Each new discovery adds another layer to our understanding of the ancient kingdom of Moab and its place in the broader tapestry of the ancient Middle East. As we ponder the enigma of the Moabite stone, we are reminded of the power of written records to preserve the voices of the past. This ancient artifact not only tells the story of a kingdom's struggle for survival, but also invites us to explore the complex interplay of politics, religion, and culture in the ancient world. And as we continue our journey through the untold stories of the ancient Middle East, we turn next to the grandeur of Nineveh, a city that once stood as the beating heart of the Assyrian Empire. Now, as we journey further into the heart of the ancient Middle East, we arrive at the legendary city of Nineveh, a place that once stood as the crowning jewel of the Assyrian Empire. Known for its immense wealth, architectural marvels, and cultural achievements, Nineveh was more than just a city. It was a symbol of power and ambition. At its peak, it was one of the largest cities in the world, a bustling metropolis that drew traders, scholars, and warriors from across the ancient world. Nineveh's grandeur was unmatched. Its walls, stretching for miles and towering over the landscape, were said to be so thick that 3 chariots could ride side by side atop them. Within these walls lay a city teeming with life, from its grand palaces adorned with intricate carvings to its bustling markets filled with goods from distant lands. But perhaps the most remarkable feature of Nineveh was its libraries, particularly the famed Library of Ashurbanipal. This vast collection of clay tablets contained thousands of texts, ranging from royal decrees and legal codes to epic poems and scientific treatises. It was a treasure trove of knowledge, preserving the wisdom of the ancient world for future generations. The story of Nineveh's rise to power is as fascinating as its eventual downfall. Founded as a small settlement along the Tigris River, it grew into a mighty capital under the rule of kings like Sennacherib and Ashurbanipal. These rulers transformed Nineveh into a city of unparalleled splendor, commissioning grand projects like the Palace Without Rival, a structure so magnificent it was said to rival the heavens. Yet, despite its glory, Nineveh's reign was not destined to last. The fall of Nineveh is a tale of hubris and retribution. In the year 612 BC, a coalition of enemies, including the Babylonians and Medes, laid siege to the city. After a brutal battle, Nineveh was sacked and burned, its once proud walls reduced to rubble. The city's destruction was so complete that it faded into legend, its existence questioned by later generations. It wasn't until the 19th century that archaeologists began to uncover the ruins of Nineveh, revealing the truth behind the myths. What makes Nineveh truly captivating are the untold stories hidden within its ruins. The Library of Ashurbanipal, for instance, contains fragments of the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest known works of literature. These texts offer a glimpse into the beliefs and values of the ancient Assyrians, revealing a civilization deeply concerned with themes of mortality, heroism, and the divine. Similarly, the reliefs and inscriptions found in Nineveh's palaces tell stories of conquest and diplomacy, shedding light on the complex relationships between the Assyrians and their neighbors. Yet, even as we uncover these treasures, many mysteries remain. The full extent of Nineveh's libraries is still unknown, and countless artifacts lie buried beneath the sands, waiting to be discovered. Each new find adds another piece to the puzzle, helping us to better understand the rise and fall of this ancient city. As we reflect on the legacy of Nineveh, we are reminded of the fleeting nature of power and the enduring impact of knowledge. This once great city may have fallen, but its stories live on, preserved in the artifacts and texts that continue to captivate us today. And as we move forward in our exploration of the ancient Middle East, we turn next to the enigmatic city of Ebla, where another chapter of history awaits. Now, as we step away from the ruins of Nineveh, our journey takes us into the realm of myth and mystery, a place where history and legend intertwine. The Garden of Eden, a story that has captivated humanity for millennia, is our next destination. This ancient tale, found in the earliest chapters of the Bible, describes a paradise where the first humans, Adam and Eve, lived in harmony with nature. But where exactly was this idyllic garden located? The answer remains one of history's most enduring puzzles. The search for the Garden of Eden has sparked countless theories over the centuries. Some scholars believe it was situated in Mesopotamia, the fertile land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, often referred to as the cradle of civilization. This region, with its lush landscapes and abundant water sources, fits the biblical description of Eden as a place of unparalleled beauty and fertility. Others point to locations as far-flung as the Persian Gulf, the Armenian highlands, or even the African continent. Each theory offers its own compelling evidence, yet none have been definitively proven. What makes the Garden of Eden so fascinating is not just its elusive location, but its profound cultural significance. For many, it represents the ideal of a perfect world, untouched by sin or suffering. It's a story that transcends religious boundaries, appearing in various forms in the myths and legends of cultures around the globe. The idea of a lost paradise resonates deeply with our collective imagination, symbolizing humanity's longing for a return to innocence and harmony. The untold stories behind the Garden of Eden are equally intriguing. Ancient texts and archaeological discoveries suggest that the tale may have roots in earlier Mesopotamian myths, such as the Sumerian story of Dilmun, a land of purity and abundance. These parallels hint at a shared cultural memory, a universal narrative that has been passed down through generations. The Garden of Eden, then, is not just a biblical story, it's a reflection of humanity's deepest hopes and fears. As we explore the mystery of Eden's location, we are reminded that some stories are not meant to be solved but to be pondered. The Garden of Eden continues to inspire wonder and debate, inviting us to imagine a world where humanity lived in perfect balance with nature. And as we move forward in our exploration of the ancient Middle East, we turn next to the ancient city of Babylon, where the grandeur of the Ishtar Gate awaits. Now, as we leave the enigmatic search for the Garden of Eden behind, our journey brings us to the heart of one of the most legendary cities of the ancient world, Babylon. Known for its grandeur, innovation, and cultural richness, Babylon stands as a testament to the ingenuity of its people. At the center of this magnificent city lies the Ishtar Gate, a structure that has fascinated historians and archaeologists for centuries. The Ishtar Gate, built during the reign of King Nebuchadnezzar II in the 6th century BCE, was more than just an entrance to the city. It was a symbol of Babylon's power and a masterpiece of ancient engineering. Standing over 12 meters tall, the gate was adorned with vibrant blue glazed bricks, intricately decorated with images of lions, dragons, and bulls. These animals were not chosen at random, they held deep symbolic meaning. The lion represented the goddess Ishtar, the dragon symbolized Marduk, the chief god of Babylon, and the bull stood for Adad, the god of storms. Together, these images conveyed the city's divine protection and its connection to the gods. But the Ishtar Gate was not just a work of art, it was also a marvel of construction. The gate was part of a larger processional way, a road used during religious festivals and royal ceremonies. This path, lined with walls decorated with more than 120 lions, led to the temple of Marduk, the spiritual heart of Babylon. The gate's construction required advanced techniques, including the use of kiln-fired bricks and a complex system of drainage to prevent water damage. These innovations highlight the skill and knowledge of Babylon's builders, whose work has stood the test of time. The untold stories of the Ishtar Gate reveal even more about its significance. Some scholars believe that the gate's design was influenced by earlier Mesopotamian structures, suggesting a continuity of architectural traditions across centuries. Others point to the gate's role in Babylonian propaganda, as it was meant to impress visitors and reinforce the city's status as a center of power and culture. The gate's vibrant colors and intricate designs were not just decorative, they were a statement of Babylon's dominance and its divine favor. Today, the Ishtar Gate stands as a reminder of Babylon's legacy. Though much of the ancient city lies in ruins, the gate has been partially reconstructed in museums around the world, allowing modern audiences to glimpse its former glory. Its story is one of artistry, innovation, and the enduring power of symbolism. As we move forward in our exploration of the ancient Middle East, we turn next to the lost city of Dura Europos, a multicultural hub that offers a unique window into the lives of its diverse inhabitants. Shifting our focus from the grandeur of Babylon, we now journey to the ancient city of Dura Europos, a remarkable crossroads of cultures nestled along the banks of the Euphrates River. Unlike many ancient cities, Dura Europos offers a unique glimpse into the lives of its diverse inhabitants, thanks to its exceptionally well-preserved ruins. This city, often referred to as the Pompeii of the Syrian desert, was a melting pot of civilizations where Greek, Roman, Persian, and local traditions intertwined to create a vibrant and dynamic community. Founded in the 3rd century BCE by the Seleucid Empire, Dura Europos initially served as a military outpost. However, its strategic location along major trade routes soon transformed it into a bustling hub of commerce and cultural exchange. Over time, the city became home to a variety of peoples, including Greeks, Romans, Jews, Christians, and Zoroastrians, each leaving their mark on its architecture, art, and daily life. One of the most fascinating aspects of Dura Europos is its religious diversity. The city's ruins include some of the earliest known Christian house churches, a Jewish synagogue adorned with stunning frescoes, and temples dedicated to Roman and Persian deities. These sites reveal how different religious communities coexisted and thrived within the city's walls. The synagogue, in particular, is a treasure trove of ancient art, with its walls depicting scenes from the Hebrew Bible in vivid detail. These paintings not only showcase the artistic skill of the time, but also provide valuable insights into the religious practices and beliefs of Dura Europos' Jewish community. Equally intriguing are the city's military and domestic structures. The remains of Roman barracks, defensive walls, and siege tunnels tell the story of Dura Europos' strategic importance and its eventual downfall. In the mid-3rd century CE, the city fell to the Sasanian Empire after a brutal siege, during which both sides employed innovative and devastating tactics. The siege tunnels, preserved for centuries, offer a haunting glimpse into the final days of the city, as soldiers and civilians alike struggled to survive. But Dura Europos is more than just a site of conflict. It's a testament to the resilience and creativity of its people. The city's homes, shops, and public spaces reveal a thriving urban center where daily life was shaped by the exchange of goods, ideas, and traditions. From the intricate mosaics adorning wealthy homes to the humble pottery used by ordinary citizens, every artifact tells a story of connection and coexistence. Today, the ruins of Dura Europos continue to captivate archaeologists and historians. The city's multicultural heritage challenges our understanding of ancient societies, showing us that even in a world often divided by borders and beliefs, people found ways to live together and learn from one another. As we move forward in our exploration of the ancient Middle East, we turn next to the mystery of the ancient Arabian incense trade, a story of wealth, power, and the enduring allure of luxury. Now let's turn our attention to the ancient Arabian incense trade, a network of routes that carried not just goods but stories, cultures, and wealth across vast distances. This trade was the lifeblood of the Arabian Peninsula, connecting it to the wider world and shaping the fortunes of countless traders, cities, and empires. The incense trade route stretched from the southern tip of Arabia, where frankincense and myrrh were harvested, to the bustling markets of the Mediterranean, Egypt, and Mesopotamia. These aromatic resins were highly prized in the ancient world, used in religious rituals, medicine, and even as luxury items in royal courts. The demand for incense was so great that it became one of the most lucrative trades of its time, earning Arabia the nickname, the land of spices and perfumes. At the heart of this trade were the Nabateans, a resourceful people who controlled key segments of the routes. They built cities like Petra, which served as vital hubs for caravans carrying incense and other goods. The Nabateans' mastery of water management allowed them to thrive in the harsh desert environment, ensuring that traders and their precious cargo could traverse the arid landscape safely. But the incense trade was not just about wealth, it was also a conduit for cultural exchange. As traders moved along the routes, they brought with them ideas, languages, and traditions, creating a vibrant tapestry of interconnected societies. The stories of these traders, often overlooked in history, reveal the human side of this ancient commerce. Imagine the camel caravans laden with fragrant resins, making their way through the desert under the watchful eyes of skilled guides. These journeys were fraught with danger, from bandits to harsh weather, yet the promise of profit and adventure kept the trade alive for centuries. The economic impact of the incense trade was immense. Cities along the routes flourished, their markets filled with goods from distant lands. The wealth generated by the trade funded the construction of grand temples, palaces, and infrastructure, leaving a lasting legacy on the region. Yet the trade also had its darker side, as competition for control of the routes often led to conflict and power struggles among kingdoms and empires. As the Roman Empire expanded, its demand for incense grew, further fueling the trade. However, the rise of maritime routes and the discovery of new sources of incense eventually led to the decline of the overland trade routes. By the early centuries of the Common Era, the once thriving caravans had diminished, and the cities that had prospered from the trade began to fade into obscurity. The mystery of the ancient Arabian incense trade lies not just in its economic significance, but in the untold stories of the people who made it possible. From the harvesters who collected the resin in the arid mountains of southern Arabia to the merchants who navigated the treacherous routes, each played a role in shaping this remarkable chapter of history. As we continue our journey through the ancient Middle East, we'll next explore the history of Jericho, one of the world's oldest cities, and uncover the secrets of its famous walls and early inhabitants. Now, let's journey to one of the most fascinating cities in human history, Jericho. Nestled in the Jordan Valley, Jericho holds the distinction of being one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, with a history stretching back over 10,000 years. Its story is not just about survival, but about innovation, resilience, and the remarkable achievements of its early inhabitants. At the heart of Jericho's fame are its legendary walls. These massive stone fortifications, built around 8,000 years ago, are among the earliest examples of large-scale architecture in human history. The walls were not just defensive structures, they were a testament to the ingenuity and organizational skills of Jericho's people. Imagine the effort it took to quarry, transport, and assemble these stones without the tools and machinery we have today. The walls stood as a symbol of security and community, protecting the city from external threats and fostering a sense of unity among its residents. But Jericho's story goes beyond its walls. Archaeological discoveries have revealed a thriving settlement with evidence of advanced agricultural practices. The city's inhabitants cultivated crops like wheat and barley, taking advantage of the fertile land and abundant water sources in the area. They also built an impressive system of canals and reservoirs to manage water, ensuring their survival in an otherwise arid region. These innovations allowed Jericho to flourish, making it a hub of early human civilization. One of the most intriguing aspects of Jericho is its role in the development of social and religious practices. Excavations have uncovered remnants of ancient shrines and burial sites, offering glimpses into the spiritual lives of its people. The discovery of plastered skulls with shells placed in the eye sockets suggests that the inhabitants of Jericho may have practiced ancestor worship or rituals honoring the dead. These findings provide a rare window into the beliefs and traditions of a society that existed millennia ago. The untold stories of Jericho's early inhabitants reveal a community that was not only resourceful but also deeply connected to their environment. They adapted to the challenges of their surroundings, creating a way of life that sustained them for generations. Their achievements laid the groundwork for future civilizations, influencing the development of agriculture, architecture, and social organization in the ancient world. As we reflect on Jericho's legacy, it's impossible not to marvel at the resilience and creativity of its people. Their ability to build, innovate, and thrive in a challenging landscape is a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity. And as we move forward in our exploration of the ancient Middle East, we'll next uncover the secrets of the ancient city of Susa, a center of power and culture in the heart of the Persian Empire. Now let's turn our attention to the ancient city of Susa, a place that once stood as a beacon of power and culture in the heart of the Persian Empire. Susa's history is a tapestry woven with threads of conquest, innovation, and resilience, making it one of the most significant cities in the ancient Middle East. Susa first rose to prominence as the capital of the Elamite Empire, a civilization that thrived in what is now southwestern Iran. The Elamites were master builders and administrators, and Susa became a center of political and cultural influence. Its strategic location along trade routes connecting Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, and the Persian Gulf made it a hub of commerce and diplomacy. The city's wealth and importance attracted the attention of neighboring powers, leading to its eventual incorporation into the Persian Empire under Cyrus the Great. As a Persian capital, Susa reached new heights of grandeur. The Achaemenid kings, particularly Darius I, transformed the city into a symbol of imperial power. Darius commissioned the construction of a magnificent palace complex, complete with towering columns, intricate reliefs, and sprawling courtyards. This palace was not just a residence for the king, it was a statement of Persian dominance and sophistication. The famous Apadana, or audience hall, was where Darius received dignitaries from across his vast empire, showcasing the unity and diversity of his realm. But Susa's story is not just about its rulers and their monuments. The city was home to a diverse population of artisans, merchants, and scholars who contributed to its vibrant culture. Archaeological discoveries have revealed evidence of advanced metalworking, pottery, and textile production, highlighting the skill and creativity of Susa's inhabitants. The city also played a crucial role in the development of early writing systems, with cuneiform tablets found in its ruins shedding light on administrative practices, legal codes, and daily life. One of the most intriguing aspects of Susa is its role in the spread of ideas and technologies. The city served as a melting pot of cultures where Persian, Elamite, Mesopotamian, and other traditions intersected. This cultural exchange fostered innovation in art, architecture, and governance, leaving a lasting legacy that influenced later civilizations. The untold stories of Susa's people reveal a society that was both ambitious and adaptable. They navigated the challenges of political upheaval and environmental change, building a city that endured for millennia. Their achievements in governance, craftsmanship, and cultural exchange continue to inspire awe and admiration. As we leave the ancient city of Susa behind, we'll next uncover the mysteries of the ancient city of Harran, a center of learning and astronomy that played a pivotal role in the intellectual history of the Middle East. Now let's journey to the ancient city of Harran, a place where the stars held secrets and scholars unlocked the mysteries of the cosmos. Nestled in what is now southeastern Turkey, Harran was more than just a city. It was a beacon of knowledge in the ancient world, renowned for its astronomers, mathematicians, and philosophers. Harran's origins trace back to the 3rd millennium before the Common Era, making it one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. Its strategic location along trade routes connecting Mesopotamia, Anatolia, and the Levant made it a crossroads of cultures and ideas. But what truly set Harran apart was its dedication to learning, particularly in the fields of astronomy and mathematics. The city's scholars were among the first to study the movements of celestial bodies, laying the groundwork for later advancements in astronomy. They believed that the stars and planets held divine significance, and their observations were not just scientific but deeply spiritual. Harran became a center for the worship of celestial deities, with temples dedicated to the moon god Sin playing a central role in the city's religious and intellectual life. One of the most fascinating aspects of Harran is its connection to the Sabians, a mysterious religious group that blended ancient Mesopotamian traditions with Hellenistic and Islamic influences. The Sabians were known for their deep knowledge of astronomy and their belief in the harmony between the heavens and the earth. Their teachings attracted scholars from across the ancient world, turning Harran into a hub of intellectual exchange. The city's astronomers made groundbreaking contributions to the field, developing early models of planetary motion and creating some of the first star charts. Their work influenced later scholars in the Islamic Golden Age, who built upon Harran's legacy to advance the study of astronomy and mathematics. But Harran's story is not just about its scholars. The city's unique architecture, with its distinctive beehive-shaped houses, reflects the ingenuity and adaptability of its people. These structures, made from mud bricks, provided natural insulation against the region's harsh climate, showcasing the practical wisdom of Harran's inhabitants. As we explore the untold stories of Harran, we uncover a city that was both a sanctuary of knowledge and a testament to human curiosity. Its astronomers and scholars looked to the stars not just for answers but for inspiration, leaving a legacy that continues to shine brightly in the annals of history. Next, we'll delve into the ancient city of Byblos, a place where the papyrus trade shaped the course of writing and culture in the ancient Middle East. Now, let's turn our attention to the ancient city of Byblos, a coastal gem that played a pivotal role in shaping the written word and the cultural landscape of the ancient Middle East. Located in what is now modern-day Lebanon, Byblos is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, with a history stretching back over 7,000 years. Its name, Byblos, is deeply intertwined with the history of writing, as it is believed to be the origin of the word Bible, reflecting its significance in the production and trade of papyrus. Byblos was a thriving hub of commerce and culture, strategically positioned along the Mediterranean coast. Its proximity to the sea made it a natural center for trade, connecting the ancient civilizations of Egypt, Mesopotamia, and the Aegean. But what truly set Byblos apart was its role in the papyrus trade. Papyrus, a material made from the pith of the papyrus plant, was one of the most important writing surfaces in the ancient world. Byblos became the primary supplier of this precious material to Egypt and beyond, earning it a reputation as the gateway of knowledge. The city's relationship with Egypt was particularly significant. Egyptian records mention Byblos as a key trading partner, with ships regularly transporting cedar wood, olive oil, and other goods in exchange for papyrus. This exchange of goods also facilitated the exchange of ideas, as Byblos became a melting pot of cultures and traditions. The city's artisans were renowned for their craftsmanship, producing intricate goods that blended Egyptian, Phoenician, and Mesopotamian influences. Byblos was not just a center of trade but also a cradle of innovation. The Phoenicians who inhabited the city are credited with developing one of the earliest alphabets, a system of writing that would revolutionize communication. This alphabet, consisting of 22 characters, was simpler and more accessible than the complex hieroglyphic and cuneiform scripts of the time. It spread rapidly across the Mediterranean, laying the foundation for many modern writing systems, including Greek and Latin. The influence of Byblos extended far beyond its borders. The city's papyrus trade made written knowledge more accessible, enabling the recording and dissemination of literature, religious texts, and administrative records. This democratization of writing had a profound impact on ancient societies, fostering literacy and the preservation of knowledge. Byblos became synonymous with the written word, a legacy that endures to this day. But the story of Byblos is not just about trade and writing. The city's rich cultural heritage is reflected in its archaeological remains, including temples, tombs, and fortifications. The Temple of Balat Jebel, dedicated to the city's patron goddess, stands as a testament to Byblos's spiritual significance. The city's necropolis, with its royal tombs, offers a glimpse into the lives of its ancient rulers and their connection to the wider world. As we uncover the untold stories of Byblos, we see a city that was not only a commercial powerhouse but also a cultural innovator. Its role in the papyrus trade and the development of the alphabet transformed the way humanity communicated, leaving an indelible mark on history. Byblos reminds us that the written word is more than just a tool. It is a bridge between cultures, a vessel for ideas, and a legacy that continues to shape our world. Next, we'll explore the ancient city of Tyre, a maritime powerhouse whose influence stretched across the Mediterranean and beyond. Now, let's set sail to the ancient city of Tyre, a legendary maritime powerhouse whose influence rippled across the Mediterranean and beyond. Nestled on the coast of what is now Lebanon, Tyre was not just a city, it was a symbol of resilience, innovation, and ambition. Known as one of the most important Phoenician city-states, Tyre's story is one of seafaring mastery, trade dominance, and a legacy that shaped the ancient world. Tyre's rise to prominence began with its strategic location. Situated on a small island just off the mainland, the city was naturally fortified, making it nearly impregnable to invaders. This geographical advantage allowed Tyre to flourish as a hub of maritime trade, connecting the civilizations of the East and West. Its sailors were among the most skilled in the ancient world, navigating vast distances to establish trade networks that stretched from the shores of the Mediterranean to the Atlantic coasts of Spain and North Africa. One of Tyre's most remarkable achievements was its role in the production and trade of purple dye, a luxury item so prized that it became synonymous with royalty. Known as Tyrian purple, this dye was extracted from the murex shellfish, a labor-intensive process that required thousands of shells to produce just a small amount of the vibrant color. The dye's rarity and brilliance made it a status symbol, and Tyre's monopoly on its production brought immense wealth and prestige to the city. But Tyre's contributions to the ancient world extended far beyond its famous dye. The city was a pioneer in shipbuilding, crafting vessels that were both sturdy and swift. These ships carried not only goods but also ideas, spreading Phoenician culture, language, and technology across the Mediterranean. Tyre's influence was so profound that it established colonies as far away as Carthage, which would later become a major power in its own right. The people of Tyre were also master craftsmen, known for their intricate metalwork, glassware, and textiles. Their goods were highly sought after, and their trading networks brought them into contact with diverse cultures, from the Egyptians and Greeks to the Babylonians and Persians. This cultural exchange enriched Tyre, making it a melting pot of traditions and innovations. Yet, Tyre's story is not without its challenges. The city faced numerous sieges throughout its history, the most famous being the 13-year siege by Alexander the Great. Determined to conquer the island city, Alexander constructed a causeway to connect the mainland to Tyre, a feat of engineering that remains a testament to his determination. Despite its eventual fall, Tyre's spirit of resilience endured, and the city continued to play a significant role in regional trade and politics for centuries. The untold stories of Tyre reveal a city that was more than just a trading hub. It was a beacon of human ingenuity and ambition. Its sailors braved uncharted waters, its artisans created works of unparalleled beauty, and its leaders navigated the complexities of ancient diplomacy. Tyre's legacy is a reminder of the power of innovation and the enduring impact of cultural exchange. As we leave the shores of Tyre, we'll journey next to the ancient city of Sidon, another Phoenician gem whose contributions to art, trade, and culture continue to captivate historians and enthusiasts alike. Shifting our gaze from Tyre, we now turn to its sister city, Sidon, another jewel of the Phoenician world. Like Tyre, Sidon was a powerhouse of trade, culture, and craftsmanship, but it carved out its own unique identity in the ancient Middle East. Situated along the Mediterranean coast, Sidon's history stretches back thousands of years, making it one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. Its story is one of innovation, artistry, and a deep connection to the sea. Sidon's rise to prominence was fueled by its strategic location and its mastery of maritime trade. The city's harbor was a bustling hub where goods from across the ancient world were exchanged. Sidonian sailors were renowned for their skill, navigating the Mediterranean with precision and establishing trade routes that reached as far as the Aegean Sea and beyond. This network brought wealth and cultural exchange, making Sidon a melting pot of ideas and traditions. One of Sidon's most enduring legacies lies in its artisans, whose craftsmanship set the standard for excellence in the ancient world. Sidonian glassmakers were particularly celebrated, pioneering techniques that revolutionized the production of glass. They were among the first to create transparent glass, a breakthrough that allowed for intricate designs and vibrant colors. Their work was so prized that Sidonian glass became a luxury item, sought after by elites from Egypt to Mesopotamia, but Sidon's artisans didn't stop at glass. The city was also famous for its metalwork, particularly in bronze and silver. Sidonian craftsmen produced everything from ornate jewelry to elaborate ceremonial objects, showcasing their skill and creativity. These items weren't just decorative, they often held deep cultural and religious significance, reflecting the beliefs and values of the people who created them. Trade was the lifeblood of Sidon, and its merchants were among the most enterprising in the ancient world. They traded not only goods but also knowledge, spreading Phoenician innovations like the alphabet, which would later influence writing systems across the Mediterranean. Sidon's traders were also instrumental in the spread of purple dye, a luxury item that, like in Tyre, became a symbol of wealth and power. The city's markets were filled with exotic goods, from spices and textiles to precious metals and gemstones, making it a vibrant center of commerce. Yet, Sidon's history is not without its challenges. The city faced numerous invasions and sieges, each leaving its mark on its people and culture. Despite these trials, Sidon's resilience shone through. The city adapted to changing political landscapes, maintaining its influence and continuing to thrive as a center of trade and culture. Its ability to endure and reinvent itself is a testament to the strength and ingenuity of its people. The untold stories of Sidon reveal a city that was more than just a trading hub. It was a cradle of innovation and artistry. Its artisans pushed the boundaries of what was possible, creating works that continue to inspire awe. Its traders connected distant lands, fostering cultural exchange and mutual understanding, and its people, through their resilience and creativity, left a legacy that endures to this day. As we leave the shores of Sidon, our journey through the ancient Middle East continues, taking us next to the storied city of Aleppo, a place where history and resilience intertwine in remarkable ways. Now, as we journey inland from the Mediterranean coast, we arrive at the ancient city of Aleppo, a place where history and resilience are etched into every stone. Aleppo, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of its people. For thousands of years, it has been a crossroads of cultures, a melting pot of ideas, and a hub of commerce that connected the East and the West. Aleppo's strategic location at the heart of ancient trade routes made it a vital center of economic activity. Caravans laden with spices, silk, and precious metals passed through its gates, bringing wealth and prosperity to the city. Its markets, particularly the famed Aleppo souk, were legendary for their diversity and vibrancy. Here, merchants from as far as China, India, and Europe exchanged goods, stories, and traditions, creating a rich tapestry of cultural exchange. But Aleppo's significance extended far beyond trade. The city was a beacon of learning and culture, home to scholars, poets, and artisans who contributed to its intellectual and artistic legacy. Its great mosque, with its towering minaret, stood as a symbol of architectural brilliance and spiritual devotion. Aleppo's schools and libraries attracted thinkers from across the Islamic world, fostering an environment of innovation and discovery. Yet, Aleppo's history is also marked by its resilience in the face of adversity. Over the centuries, the city endured invasions, sieges, and conflicts that tested the strength of its people. From the conquests of Alexander the Great to the Mongol invasions and the Ottoman Empire's rise, Aleppo faced countless challenges. Each time, it rebuilt and reinvented itself, preserving its cultural heritage while adapting to new realities. One of the most remarkable aspects of Aleppo's story is its ability to thrive as a cultural and economic hub despite the turmoil. Even during periods of conflict, its people found ways to sustain their traditions and livelihoods. The city's artisans continued to produce exquisite textiles, ceramics, and metalwork, while its merchants maintained trade networks that spanned continents. This resilience is a testament to the ingenuity and determination of Aleppo's inhabitants. In more recent times, Aleppo has faced unprecedented challenges, with modern conflicts leaving deep scars on its landscape and people. Yet, even in the face of devastation, the spirit of Aleppo endures. Efforts to rebuild and restore the city's historic sites are underway, a testament to the enduring legacy of this ancient metropolis. The stories of Aleppo's resilience remind us of the strength of human spirit and the power of cultural heritage to inspire hope and renewal. As we reflect on Aleppo's journey, we are reminded of the city's role as a bridge between civilizations, a place where history and humanity converge. Its untold stories of survival and revival offer profound lessons about the resilience of communities and the enduring power of culture. And now, as we move forward, our exploration takes us to the ancient city of Damascus, where history continues to unfold in remarkable ways. As we leave the resilient streets of Aleppo behind, our journey now brings us to the ancient city of Damascus, a place where history breathes through every alleyway and stone. Known as one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, Damascus holds a unique place in the tapestry of human civilization. Its story is one of endurance, cultural fusion, and hidden histories waiting to be uncovered. Damascus's origins stretch back thousands of years, with evidence suggesting it has been a thriving settlement since at least the 3rd millennium before the Common Era. Nestled in a fertile oasis at the foothills of the Lebanon Mountains, the city's strategic location made it a natural crossroads for trade and cultural exchange. Caravans traveling along the Silk Road and other ancient trade routes passed through Damascus, bringing with them goods, ideas, and people from distant lands. This constant flow of influences shaped the city into a vibrant melting pot of cultures, religions, and traditions. One of the most iconic landmarks of Damascus is the Umayyad Mosque, a masterpiece of Islamic architecture that stands as a testament to the city's rich spiritual heritage. Built in the early 8th century, the mosque was constructed on the site of a former Roman temple and later a Christian basilica, reflecting the layers of history that define Damascus. Its grand courtyard, intricate mosaics, and towering minarets are not just architectural marvels, but also symbols of the city's ability to embrace and integrate diverse cultural influences. But Damascus's history is not confined to its religious landmarks. The city's Old City, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a labyrinth of narrow streets, bustling markets, and hidden courtyards that tell stories of everyday life across centuries. The Souk al-Hamadiyya, one of the oldest and most famous markets in the Middle East, has been a hub of commerce for generations. Here, the air is filled with the scent of spices, the sound of haggling merchants, and the sight of artisans crafting traditional wares from intricate textiles to delicate glassware. Damascus has also been a center of learning and innovation. During the Islamic Golden Age, the city was home to scholars, scientists, and philosophers who made significant contributions to fields such as medicine, astronomy, and literature. The city's libraries and schools attracted intellectuals from across the Islamic world, fostering an environment of intellectual curiosity and discovery. This legacy of knowledge continues to influence the region to this day. Yet, like Aleppo, Damascus has faced its share of challenges. Over the centuries, the city has endured invasions, sieges, and conflicts that have tested its resilience. From the conquests of Alexander the Great to the rise and fall of empires, Damascus has witnessed the ebb and flow of history. Each era left its mark, shaping the city's identity and adding to its complex cultural mosaic. One of the lesser-known aspects of Damascus's history is its role as a sanctuary for diverse communities. The city has long been home to Christians, Muslims, Jews, and other religious groups who have coexisted and contributed to its cultural richness. This diversity is reflected in its architecture, traditions, and festivals, which celebrate the shared heritage of its inhabitants. In more recent times, Damascus has faced modern challenges, including political upheaval and conflict. Yet, even in the face of adversity, the city's spirit remains unbroken. Efforts to preserve its historic sites and cultural traditions continue, ensuring that the stories of Damascus are passed down to future generations. As we explore the hidden history of Damascus, we are reminded of its enduring legacy as a city of resilience, diversity, and cultural exchange. Its untold stories offer a window into the past and a source of inspiration for the future. And now, as we move forward, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Samarra, where new mysteries and marvels await. Now, as we journey from the timeless streets of Damascus, our path leads us to the ancient city of Samarra, a place where history and mystery intertwine in the most fascinating ways. Once a flourishing capital of the Abbasid Caliphate, Samarra's story is one of grandeur, innovation, and eventual decline, leaving behind a legacy that continues to captivate historians and archaeologists alike. Samarra's rise to prominence began in the 9th century, when the Abbasid Caliph al-Mu'tasim moved the capital of the Islamic Empire from Baghdad to this strategic location along the Tigris River. The shift was driven by both political and military considerations, as the Caliph sought to distance himself from the growing influence of the Persian elite in Baghdad. Samarra quickly became a center of power, culture, and architectural brilliance, reflecting the ambitions of its rulers. One of the most iconic symbols of Samarra is the Great Mosque and its spiral minaret, known as the Malwiya Tower. This towering structure, rising over 160 feet into the sky, is unlike any other minaret in the Islamic world. Its unique spiral design, resembling a coiled shell, was not only a marvel of engineering but also a bold statement of the Abbasid dynasty's grandeur. The minaret served as both a place for the call to prayer and a visual representation of the caliphate's dominance, visible from miles away. But Samarra's significance goes beyond its architectural wonders. The city was a hub of innovation and creativity, home to scholars, artists, and craftsmen who contributed to the cultural and intellectual flourishing of the Abbasid era. Its palaces, gardens, and public spaces were designed to impress, showcasing the wealth and sophistication of the empire. The city's layout, with its wide avenues and carefully planned neighborhoods, reflected a vision of urban planning that was ahead of its time. However, Samarra's golden age was relatively short-lived. By the late 9th century, the Abbasid caliphs had returned to Baghdad and the city began to decline. The reasons for this shift are complex, involving political instability, economic challenges, and the shifting priorities of the empire. Over time, Samarra was gradually abandoned, its grand structures left to the elements. Yet, even in its decline, the city retained an air of mystery, its ruins serving as a silent testament to its former glory. One of the lesser-known aspects of Samarra's history is its role as a melting pot of cultures. The city attracted people from across the Islamic world, including Persians, Turks, and Arabs, who brought with them their traditions, languages, and ideas. This cultural diversity is reflected in the art and architecture of Samarra, which blend influences from different regions into a unique and cohesive style. The city's mosaics, carvings, and decorative motifs reveal a rich tapestry of artistic expression that continues to inspire admiration. Today, Samarra's ruins offer a glimpse into a bygone era, inviting us to explore the untold stories of its rise and fall. The spiral minaret still stands as a symbol of the city's ambition and creativity, while the remnants of its palaces and mosques whisper tales of a time when Samarra was the heart of an empire. As we uncover these hidden histories, we are reminded of the fleeting nature of power and the enduring legacy of human ingenuity. With the mysteries of Samarra now behind us, our journey continues to the ancient city of Hatra, where new tales of resilience and resistance await. Now, as we leave the spiraling minaret of Samarra behind, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Hatra, a place where faith, commerce, and defiance converged in the heart of the desert. Nestled in what is now modern-day Iraq, Hatra stands as a testament to the resilience of a city that thrived against all odds, becoming a beacon of cultural and religious diversity in the ancient world. Hatra's story begins in the 2nd century when it emerged as a vital religious and trading hub. Strategically located along the caravan routes that connected the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean, the city became a crossroads of cultures, attracting merchants, pilgrims, and travelers from far and wide. But what truly set Hatra apart was its unique blend of religious traditions. The city was home to temples dedicated to a variety of deities, including Mesopotamian, Greek, and Arabian gods, reflecting the diverse beliefs of its inhabitants. This religious harmony was not only a source of spiritual strength, but also a unifying force that brought people together in a shared sense of community. The architecture of Hatra is a marvel in itself. The city's walls, stretching over 4 miles in circumference, were fortified with towers and gates designed to withstand the harsh desert environment and potential invaders. At its heart stood the Great Temple, a sprawling complex dedicated to the sun god Shamash. This temple, with its intricate carvings and towering columns, was a masterpiece of ancient engineering and artistry, symbolizing the city's devotion and prosperity. The blend of Hellenistic and Eastern architectural styles in Hatra's buildings reveals the city's role as a cultural melting pot, where ideas and traditions from different civilizations were woven together into a unique tapestry. But Hatra's legacy is not just one of peace and prosperity. The city is perhaps best known for its remarkable resistance against the Roman Empire. In the 2nd century, as Rome sought to expand its influence in the region, Hatra became a thorn in the empire's side. The city's formidable defenses and the determination of its people allowed it to repel multiple Roman invasions, earning it a reputation as an unconquerable stronghold. The most famous of these sieges occurred under the Roman Emperor Trajan, who, despite his military prowess, was unable to breach Hatra's walls. This defiance against one of the most powerful empires of the ancient world is a testament to the city's strategic ingenuity and the courage of its inhabitants. The untold stories of Hatra's resistance reveal a city that was not only a center of trade and religion but also a symbol of independence. The people of Hatra, united by their shared faith and determination, stood firm against overwhelming odds, defending their way of life with unwavering resolve. Their ability to withstand Roman aggression for so long speaks to the strength of their community and the effectiveness of their defenses. Yet, like many ancient cities, Hatra's glory was not eternal. By the 3rd century, the city faced new challenges, including internal strife and the shifting tides of power in the region. Eventually, it fell to the Sasanian Empire, marking the end of its golden age. But even in its decline, Hatra left behind a legacy that continues to inspire. Its ruins, with their towering walls and intricate carvings, stand as a reminder of a city that once defied empires and celebrated the diversity of human belief and creativity. As we reflect on the enigma of Hatra, we are reminded of the enduring power of resilience and the importance of cultural exchange. This ancient city, with its temples, walls, and untold stories of resistance, invites us to explore a chapter of history where faith and fortitude shape the destiny of a people. And now, as we move forward, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Ctesiphon, where new tales of grandeur and intrigue await. Now, as we step away from the resilient walls of Hatra, our journey brings us to the ancient city of Ctesiphon, a place where grandeur and power once defined the heart of empires. Located on the eastern bank of the Tigris River, in what is now modern-day Iraq, Ctesiphon served as a capital for both the Parthian and Sasanian empires, two of the most influential powers in the ancient Middle East. Its story is one of architectural marvels, political intrigue, and the rise and fall of dynasties that shaped the course of history. Ctesiphon's prominence began in the 1st century, when it became the winter capital of the Parthian Empire. Its strategic location along the Tigris made it a hub for trade and diplomacy, connecting the East and West. The city's wealth and influence grew as it became a center of administration, culture, and commerce. But what truly set Ctesiphon apart was its iconic Tak Kasra, or the Arch of Ctesiphon, one of the largest single-span vaulted arches ever constructed in the ancient world. This monumental structure, part of the royal palace complex, stood as a symbol of the empire's power and architectural ingenuity. The arch, with its towering height and intricate brickwork, remains a testament to the skill and ambition of the builders who crafted it. The city's role as a capital continued under the Sasanian Empire, which rose to power in the 3rd century. The Sasanians transformed Ctesiphon into a dazzling metropolis, adorned with palaces, gardens, and temples. It became the political and cultural heart of their empire, a place where kings held court and where the empire's vast territories were governed. The grandeur of Ctesiphon was not just in its buildings, but also in its ability to project the might and sophistication of the Sasanian rulers. The city's royal court was a place of lavish ceremonies and diplomatic negotiations, where envoys from distant lands came to pay tribute and forge alliances. Yet, Ctesiphon's story is not without its mysteries. One of the most intriguing aspects of the city is its role in the shifting dynamics of power between the Sasanian Empire and its rivals, particularly the Byzantine Empire. The city witnessed numerous conflicts, including the famous siege by the Roman Emperor Septimius Severus in the 2nd century, and later invasions by Byzantine forces. These battles left their mark on Ctesiphon, but the city's resilience allowed it to endure as a symbol of Sasanian strength. The untold stories of these conflicts reveal a city that was not only a center of power but also a battleground where empires clashed for dominance. Another layer of Ctesiphon's mystery lies in its cultural and religious diversity. The city was home to a mix of Zoroastrian, Christian, and Jewish communities, each contributing to its vibrant social fabric. This diversity was reflected in its art, architecture, and daily life, making Ctesiphon a melting pot of traditions and beliefs. The city's ability to embrace different cultures while maintaining its identity as a Sasanian capital is a testament to its unique place in history. As we explore the ruins of Ctesiphon today, we are reminded of a city that once stood at the crossroads of empires. Its grand arch, though partially in ruins, still inspires awe, offering a glimpse into the ambition and creativity of its builders. The untold stories of Ctesiphon's rise and fall invite us to reflect on the complexities of power, culture, and resilience in the ancient world. And now, as we move forward, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Ecbatana, where new tales of wealth and influence await. Now, as we leave the grandeur of Ctesiphon behind, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Ecbatana, a place where wealth, power, and mystery intertwined in the heart of the Persian Empire. Nestled in the lush valleys of modern-day Iran, Ecbatana served as a summer capital for the Achaemenid kings, offering a cool retreat from the scorching heat of the Persian plains. Its story is one of opulence, strategic importance, and the hidden treasures that have captivated historians and archaeologists for centuries. Ecbatana's origins trace back to the Medes, an ancient Iranian people who established the city as their capital in the first millennium before the Common Era. The Medes built Ecbatana as a fortified city surrounded by 7 concentric walls, each painted in a different color and crowned with battlements of gold and silver. This dazzling display of wealth was not just for show. It symbolized the city's status as a center of power and prosperity. When the Achaemenid Empire rose to prominence under Cyrus the Great, Ecbatana became a vital part of their vast domain, serving as a summer residence for the Persian kings and a hub for administration and diplomacy. The city's strategic location made it a key point along the Royal Road, the ancient highway that connected the far reaches of the Persian Empire. This network allowed Ecbatana to thrive as a center of trade where goods from across the empire and beyond flowed through its markets. The wealth of Ecbatana was legendary, with tales of its palaces filled with gold, silver, and precious gems. The royal treasury housed within the city became a symbol of the empire's immense resources and the shrewd governance of its rulers. But Ecbatana's treasures were not limited to material wealth. The city was also a cultural and intellectual center where scholars, artists, and diplomats gathered. Its libraries and archives held records of the empire's history, laws, and administrative practices, offering a glimpse into the sophisticated governance of the Achaemenids. The city's gardens, inspired by the Persian tradition of paradise gardens, were renowned for their beauty and tranquility, providing a serene escape for the kings and their courtiers. One of the most intriguing aspects of Ecbatana is its role in the empire's military strategy. The city's location in the Zagros Mountains made it a natural fortress, offering both protection and a vantage point for overseeing the surrounding regions. During times of conflict, Ecbatana served as a base for Persian armies, and its treasury funded campaigns that expanded the empire's reach. The untold stories of these military endeavors reveal a city that was not only a symbol of wealth but also a cornerstone of Persian power. Despite its prominence, much of Ecbatana's history remains shrouded in mystery. the city's treasures, both material and cultural, have been the subject of countless legends and archaeological pursuits. Excavations have uncovered remnants of its grand palaces and fortifications, but many of its secrets still lie buried beneath the earth. The stories of Ecbatana's hidden treasures continue to inspire curiosity, inviting us to imagine the splendor that once defined this ancient capital. As we reflect on Ecbatana's legacy, we are reminded of a city that stood at the intersection of wealth, power, and culture. Its role as a summer capital and its contributions to the Persian Empire's governance and military strategy highlight its significance in the ancient world. The untold stories of Ecbatana's treasures and influence offer a fascinating glimpse into a city that was both a sanctuary and a symbol of imperial might. And now, as we move forward, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Persepolis, where new tales of grandeur and ambition await. Now, as we step into the shadows of the Zagros Mountains, our journey brings us to the ancient city of Persepolis, a place where ambition, artistry, and tragedy converged in the heart of the Persian Empire. Known as the ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid kings, Persepolis stands as a testament to the grandeur and vision of one of history's most powerful empires. Its towering columns, intricate reliefs, and sprawling terraces tell a story of a city designed to awe and inspire, yet its fate was as dramatic as its creation. Persepolis was founded by Darius the Great in the 6th century before the Common Era, and its construction spanned generations, with each ruler adding their own touch to this monumental project. The city was built on a massive terrace carved into the side of a mountain, symbolizing the empire's connection to both earth and sky. Its architecture was a blend of Persian, Mesopotamian, and Egyptian influences, reflecting the vast reach of the Achaemenid Empire and its ability to assimilate diverse cultures into a unified whole. The grand staircase of Persepolis, adorned with intricate carvings, welcomed visitors from across the empire. These reliefs depicted scenes of tribute bearers from 23 nations, each bringing gifts to the Persian king. This imagery was not just decorative, it was a powerful statement of the empire's dominance and the loyalty of its subjects. The Apadana, or audience hall, was the centerpiece of Persepolis, with its towering columns and vast open space designed to host thousands of guests during royal ceremonies. The sheer scale of the Apadana was meant to overwhelm, a physical manifestation of the king's authority and the empire's might. But Persepolis was more than just a stage for imperial display. It was also a center of administration and governance, where the king and his advisors managed the affairs of an empire that stretched from the Indus River to the Aegean Sea. The city's archives, though largely lost to time, would have contained records of taxes, decrees, and diplomatic correspondence, offering a glimpse into the day-to-day workings of the Achaemenid state. The treasury of Persepolis, filled with gold, silver, and precious artifacts, was a symbol of the empire's wealth and the king's ability to command resources from across his realm. The untold stories of Persepolis are not just about its grandeur, but also about its downfall. In the year 330 before the Common Era, Alexander the Great marched into Persepolis and the city met a fiery end. The reasons for its destruction remain debated. Some say it was an act of revenge for the Persian invasion of Greece, while others suggest it was a calculated move to assert Alexander's dominance. Whatever the cause, the burning of Persepolis marked the end of an era, reducing a city of unparalleled beauty to ruins. For centuries, Persepolis lay forgotten, its once majestic structures buried beneath the sands of time. It wasn't until the 17th century that European travelers rediscovered the site, and archaeological excavations in the 20th century brought its splendor back to light. The reliefs, columns, and staircases that survived the flames and the passage of time offer a tantalizing glimpse into the world of the Achaemenids, yet much of Persepolis' story remains untold. What secrets still lie hidden beneath its ruins? What stories of its people, its artisans, and its rulers have yet to be uncovered? as we stand amidst the ruins of Persepolis, we are reminded of a city that was both a symbol of imperial power and a testament to human creativity. Its rise and fall reflect the ambitions and vulnerabilities of the ancient world, inviting us to ponder the fleeting nature of even the greatest empires. And now, as we turn our gaze to the next chapter of our journey, we prepare to explore the enigmatic city of Pasargadae, where the legacy of Cyrus the Great awaits. As we leave the ashes of Persepolis behind, our journey now takes us to the ancient city of Pasargadae, a place where the roots of the Persian Empire were first planted. Unlike the grandeur of Persepolis, Pasargadae carries a quieter, yet equally profound significance. It was here that Cyrus the Great, the founder of the Achaemenid Empire, established his capital, laying the foundation for one of history's most influential civilizations. Pasargadae, located in modern-day Iran, was more than just a political center. It was a symbol of Cyrus' vision for an empire built on tolerance and unity. The city's design reflected this philosophy, blending elements from various cultures under Persian rule. Its architecture, though less ornate than Persepolis, was groundbreaking for its time, showcasing a unique fusion of styles that would later define Achaemenid art and construction. At the heart of Pasargadae lies the tomb of Cyrus the Great, a simple yet striking structure that has stood the test of time. The tomb, built from massive stone blocks, is a testament to Cyrus' enduring legacy. Unlike the elaborate tombs of later rulers, Cyrus' resting place is modest, reflecting his reputation as a leader who valued humility and wisdom over extravagance. The inscription on the tomb, though now lost to history, is said to have read, "O man, I am Cyrus, who founded the Persian Empire and was king of Asia." Grudge me not this monument, but Pasargadae's story goes beyond its famous tomb. The city was also home to the royal garden, one of the earliest examples of the Persian Chahar Bagh, or four-part garden. This design, which divided the garden into quadrants with water channels, symbolized the harmony and order that Cyrus sought to bring to his empire. The garden was not just a place of beauty, it was a statement of the king's ability to tame nature and create a paradise on earth. The untold stories of Pasargadae also lie in its role as a cultural crossroads. As the first capital of the Persian Empire, it served as a meeting point for people from across the ancient world. Diplomats, traders, and artisans brought with them ideas, technologies, and traditions that enriched Persian culture. The city's ruins, though sparse, hint at a vibrant community that thrived under Cyrus' rule, one that valued diversity and innovation. Yet, like Persepolis, Pasargadae's glory was not eternal. After Cyrus' death, the city gradually lost its prominence as later rulers shifted their focus to other capitals. Over time, Pasargadae faded into obscurity, its once bustling streets reclaimed by nature, but its legacy endured, influencing the architecture and governance of future Persian rulers and leaving an indelible mark on the history of the ancient world. As we explore the quiet ruins of Pasargadae, we are reminded of a leader whose vision transcended his time. Cyrus the Great's emphasis on tolerance, unity, and respect for diverse cultures set a standard that would echo through the ages. And now, as we prepare to uncover the next chapter of our journey, we turn our attention to the ancient city of Nimrud, where the art and architecture of the Assyrian Empire await. Now, as we step away from the quiet ruins of Pasargadae, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Nimrud, a place where the grandeur of the Assyrian Empire once flourished. Nimrud, known in ancient times as Kalhu, was one of the great capitals of the Assyrian Empire, a city that stood as a testament to the power and ambition of its rulers. Located near the Tigris River in modern-day Iraq, Nimrud was a hub of political, cultural, and military activity, its influence stretching across the ancient world. The city's origins date back to the 13th century before the Common Era, but it was under King Ashurnasirpal II in the 9th century that Nimrud truly rose to prominence. Ashurnasirpal transformed the city into a dazzling capital, commissioning grand palaces, temples, and monuments that showcased the wealth and might of the Assyrian Empire. The king's palace, in particular, was a marvel of its time, adorned with intricate carvings and colossal statues that depicted scenes of conquest, religious devotion, and royal authority. One of the most striking features of Nimrud was its art and architecture. The city's walls were lined with massive stone reliefs, each telling a story of the king's achievements and the god's favor. These reliefs, carved with remarkable precision, depicted everything from military campaigns to ceremonial processions, offering a vivid glimpse into the life and values of the Assyrian elite. The famous Lamashu statues, winged bulls with human heads, stood as guardians at the palace gates, their imposing presence meant to ward off evil and protect the city. But Nimrud was more than just a display of power. It was also a center of innovation and cultural exchange. The city's artisans and craftsmen were renowned for their skill, creating works of art that blended Assyrian traditions with influences from neighboring civilizations. Ivory carvings, jewelry, and pottery found in Nimrud reveal a society that valued beauty and craftsmanship, as well as the wealth to support such endeavors. The untold stories of Nimrud also lie in its role as a melting pot of cultures. As the capital of a vast empire, the city attracted people from across the region, including merchants, diplomats, and scholars. This diversity enriched Nimrud's culture, leading to the exchange of ideas, technologies, and artistic styles. The city's archives, though largely lost to time, are believed to have contained records of trade agreements, legal codes, and literary works, offering insights into the complexities of Assyrian governance and daily life. Yet, like many ancient cities, Nimrud's glory was not eternal. The city's decline began in the 7th century before the Common Era, as the Assyrian Empire faced internal strife and external threats. Over time, Nimrud was abandoned, its grand structures buried under layers of earth and forgotten by history. It wasn't until the 19th century that archaeologists rediscovered the city, uncovering its treasures and bringing its stories back to light. Today, the ruins of Nimrud stand as a reminder of a civilization that once dominated the ancient world. Its art and architecture continue to captivate historians and visitors alike, offering a window into the ambitions and achievements of the Assyrian Empire. As we leave Nimrud behind, we carry with us a deeper understanding of a city that was not only a symbol of power but also a beacon of culture and innovation. And now, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Ashur, where the spiritual heart of the Assyrian Empire awaits. As we move from the grandeur of Nimrud, our path now leads us to the ancient city of Ashur, a place that held the spiritual soul of the Assyrian Empire. Nestled along the banks of the Tigris River, Ashur was not just a political capital but a sacred city, revered as the home of the god Ashur, the supreme deity of the Assyrian pantheon. This city, whose origins trace back to the 3rd millennium before the Common Era, became the heart of Assyrian religious life, a place where the divine and the earthly intertwined in profound ways. Ashur's religious significance was deeply rooted in its identity. The city was named after its patron god, Ashur, who was believed to embody the spirit of the empire itself. Temples dedicated to Ashur and other deities dominated the city's skyline, their towering ziggurats reaching toward the heavens as symbols of the connection between the gods and humanity. The most prominent of these was the Temple of Ashur, a monumental structure that served as the focal point of worship and the site of elaborate rituals. The rituals performed in Ashur were central to the spiritual life of the Assyrians. These ceremonies, often led by the king himself, were designed to honor the gods, seek their favor, and ensure the prosperity and stability of the empire. One of the most important events was the New Year festival, known as the Akitu, a multi-day celebration that marked the renewal of the cosmic order. During this time, the king would undergo a symbolic recoronation, reaffirming his divine mandate to rule. The festival also included processions, offerings, and reenactments of mythological stories, all aimed at reinforcing the bond between the gods and their people. But the religious life of Ashur was not limited to grand ceremonies. The city was also a place of personal devotion where ordinary citizens could come to pray, make offerings, and seek guidance from the gods. Small shrines and altars dotted the city, providing spaces for private worship. The Assyrians believed that their gods were actively involved in their daily lives, influencing everything from harvests to military campaigns. This belief was reflected in the countless inscriptions and votive objects found in Ashur, each telling a story of faith and gratitude. The untold stories of Ashur also lie in its role as a center of theological innovation. The city's priests and scholars were deeply engaged in the study of the divine, interpreting omens, composing hymns, and preserving sacred texts. These works not only shaped Assyrian religious practices, but also influenced the broader religious landscape of the ancient Middle East. The concept of Ashur as a universal god, embodying the power and unity of the empire, was a unique theological development that set Assyrian religion apart from its neighbors. Yet, Ashur's religious prominence was not without challenges. As the Assyrian Empire expanded, the city had to balance its role as a spiritual center with the demands of a growing and diverse empire. The introduction of new deities and religious practices from conquered territories sometimes led to tensions, but Ashur's priests managed to integrate these elements into the existing framework, creating a dynamic and evolving religious tradition. The decline of Ashur came with the fall of the Assyrian Empire in the 7th century before the Common Era. The city was sacked by the Medes and Babylonians, its temples destroyed, and its sacred objects looted. Yet, even in ruins, Ashur remained a symbol of the empire's spiritual legacy. Today, the remnants of its temples and ziggurats stand as a testament to a city that once bridged the gap between the divine and the mortal, a place where faith shaped the course of history. As we leave Ashur behind, we carry with us a deeper appreciation for the role of religion in the ancient world. The city's rituals, deities, and theological innovations remind us that the spiritual and the political were deeply intertwined in the Assyrian Empire. And now our journey takes us to the ancient city of Nippur, where the mysteries of Mesopotamian religion and scholarship await. Now, as we step into the ancient city of Nippur, we find ourselves in a place that was once the beating heart of Mesopotamian spirituality and learning. Unlike the grand political capitals of its time, Nippur stood out as a city of profound religious significance, a place where the gods were believed to dwell among mortals. Located in what is now modern-day Iraq, Nippur's origins stretch back to the 4th millennium before the Common Era, making it one of the oldest and most enduring cities of the ancient world. At the core of Nippur's identity was its role as the home of Enlil, the chief god of the Sumerian pantheon. Enlil was revered as the god of wind, air, and storms, but more importantly, he was seen as the divine authority who granted kingship to rulers. This belief made Nippur a sacred city, a place where kings from across Mesopotamia would come to seek legitimacy and divine approval. The Temple of Enlil, known as the Ekka, was the city's spiritual center, a massive structure that dominated the landscape and served as a focal point for worship and pilgrimage. The Ekka was not just a place of worship but also a hub of cultural and intellectual activity. Nippur's priests and scholars were among the most learned in the ancient world, dedicating their lives to the study of the divine, the interpretation of omens, and the preservation of sacred texts. Thousands of cuneiform tablets have been unearthed in Nippur, revealing a wealth of knowledge about Mesopotamian religion, literature, and science. These texts include everything from hymns and prayers to mathematical calculations and astronomical observations, offering us a glimpse into the minds of ancient scholars who sought to understand the world around them. One of the most fascinating aspects of Nippur is its role as a center of education. The city was home to scribble schools where young students learned the art of writing and the complexities of cuneiform script. These schools were not just training grounds for future scribes, but also places where the traditions and knowledge of Mesopotamian culture were passed down through generations. The curriculum included everything from grammar and literature to law and theology, reflecting the city's deep commitment to intellectual and spiritual growth. But Nippur's story is not just one of temples and scholars. The city was also a vibrant community where ordinary people lived, worked, and worshipped. Small shrines and altars were scattered throughout the city, providing spaces for personal devotion and communal rituals. The people of Nippur believed that their gods were actively involved in their daily lives, influencing everything from the success of their crops to the outcome of their battles. This belief was reflected in the countless votive offerings and inscriptions found in the city, each telling a story of faith and gratitude. The untold stories of Nippur also lie in its resilience. Despite being sacked and rebuilt multiple times over its long history, the city remained a spiritual and cultural center for thousands of years. Its ability to endure and adapt speaks to the deep connection its people felt to their gods and their traditions. Even as political power shifted across Mesopotamia, Nippur retained its status as a sacred city, a testament to the enduring power of faith and knowledge. As we leave Nippur behind, we carry with us a deeper understanding of the role this city played in shaping the spiritual and intellectual landscape of the ancient world. Its temples, scholars, and traditions remind us that the pursuit of knowledge and the worship of the divine were deeply intertwined in Mesopotamian culture. And now our journey takes us to the ancient city of Urkesh, where the mysteries of the Hurrian civilization await. Now, as we journey into the ancient city of Urkesh, we uncover a civilization that stands apart in the tapestry of the ancient Middle East. Nestled in what is now modern-day Syria, Urkesh was a city of the Hurrians, a people whose influence stretched far beyond their homeland. Unlike many of their contemporaries, the Hurrians left behind a legacy that is both enigmatic and deeply fascinating, offering us a window into a culture that thrived in the shadows of more well-known empires. Urkesh's origins date back to the 3rd millennium before the Common Era, making it one of the earliest urban centers of the ancient world. What sets Urkesh apart is its unique Hurrian identity. The Hurrians were a distinct people with their own language, religion, and customs, and Urkesh served as one of their most important cities. It was here that the Hurrian kings ruled, and where their gods were worshipped in grand temples that reflected their spiritual devotion. At the heart of Urkesh was its royal palace, a sprawling complex that served as both a political and religious center. The palace was not just a residence for the king, but also a place where rituals were performed and where the divine and mortal worlds were believed to intersect. One of the most intriguing discoveries in Urkesh is the so-called abandoned temple, a structure that appears to have been deliberately left untouched for centuries. Archaeologists believe this temple was a sacred space, preserved as a testament to the city's deep spiritual connection to its gods. The Hurrians were also known for their unique art and architecture, which blended influences from neighboring cultures with their own distinctive style. The city's buildings were adorned with intricate carvings and sculptures, many of which depict scenes from Hurrian mythology. These artworks provide us with valuable insights into the beliefs and values of the Hurrian people, revealing a culture that was deeply connected to the natural world and the divine forces that governed it. One of the most remarkable aspects of Urkesh is its role as a cultural crossroads. The city was located at the intersection of major trade routes, connecting the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia, Anatolia, and the Levant. This strategic position allowed Urkesh to flourish as a hub of commerce and cultural exchange. The Hurrians were skilled traders, and their city became a melting pot of ideas, goods, and traditions from across the ancient world. But Urkesh's story is not just one of prosperity and cultural achievement. the city also faced its share of challenges, including invasions and political upheaval. Despite these difficulties, the people of Urkesh managed to preserve their unique identity and traditions, a testament to their resilience and determination. The untold stories of Urkesh lie in its ability to adapt and endure even in the face of adversity. As we explore the ruins of Urkesh, we are reminded of the rich diversity of the ancient Middle East. The Hurrians may not be as well known as the Babylonians or Assyrians, but their contributions to the region's history are no less significant. Urkesh stands as a testament to their ingenuity, creativity, and enduring legacy. And now, as we leave the mysteries of Urkesh behind, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Eridu, where the origins of civilization itself await. Turning our gaze now to the ancient city of Eridu, we step into a realm where myth and history intertwine. Often regarded as one of the world's oldest cities, Eridu holds a special place in the annals of human civilization. Located in what is now southern Iraq, this ancient settlement is believed to have been founded around 5,400 years before the Common Era, making it a cornerstone of early urban development. Eridu's significance extends far beyond its age. According to Sumerian mythology, it was the first city created by the gods, a place where heaven and earth were said to meet. The city was dedicated to Enki, the god of wisdom and water, who was believed to have brought order to the chaotic waters of creation. This divine connection made Eridu not just a political center but also a spiritual one, a place where the sacred and the everyday coexisted. The ruins of Eridu reveal a city that was both practical and profound. At its heart stood a massive ziggurat, a towering temple dedicated to Enki. This structure was more than just a place of worship, it was a symbol of the city's connection to the divine. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of multiple layers of construction, suggesting that the temple was rebuilt and expanded over centuries, reflecting the city's enduring importance. But Eridu's story is not just one of grandeur and divine favor. The city also offers a glimpse into the challenges faced by early urban societies. Excavations have revealed signs of environmental stress, including evidence of rising water tables and soil salinity, which may have contributed to the city's eventual decline. These findings remind us that even the most advanced civilizations of the ancient world were not immune to the forces of nature. One of the most fascinating aspects of Eridu is its role in the development of writing. As one of the earliest cities in Mesopotamia, Eridu was at the forefront of the cultural and technological innovations that would shape the region for millennia. The city's scribes were among the first to experiment with cuneiform, the earliest known system of writing, which would later become the foundation of record-keeping and literature in the ancient world. Eridu's myths and legends also offer a window into the worldview of its people. The city's creation story, which tells of Enki bringing order to the primordial waters, reflects the Sumerians' understanding of their environment and their place within it. These tales were not just stories, they were a way of making sense of the world, of explaining the origins of life and the forces that governed it. As we explore the mysteries of Eridu, we are reminded of the enduring power of human creativity and resilience. This ancient city, with its towering ziggurat and its tales of gods and creation, stands as a testament to the ingenuity of its people and their ability to build a civilization that would leave a lasting mark on history. And now, as we leave the ancient sands of Eridu behind, our journey takes us to the bustling city of Larsa, where the echoes of economic power and trade await. Shifting our focus to the ancient city of Larsa, we step into a world where commerce and culture converge to create one of Mesopotamia's most influential centers of power. Located in what is now southern Iraq, Larsa rose to prominence around 4,000 years ago, becoming a key player in the region's economic and political landscape. Unlike the spiritual significance of Eridu, Larsa's story is one of trade, wealth, and strategic ambition. offering a fascinating glimpse into the complexities of ancient urban life. At its height, Larsa was a bustling hub of activity, its markets teeming with goods from across the ancient world. The city's strategic location along the Euphrates River made it a natural crossroads for trade routes connecting Mesopotamia to the Persian Gulf and beyond. Merchants from distant lands brought textiles, metals, and precious stones, while Larsa's own artisans produced finely crafted pottery and tools that were highly sought after. This thriving trade network not only enriched the city but also cemented its reputation as a center of economic power. One of the most remarkable aspects of Larsa's economy was its sophisticated system of trade and taxation. The city's rulers implemented detailed records of transactions, using cuneiform tablets to track everything from grain shipments to labor contracts. These records reveal a highly organized society where commerce was tightly regulated, ensuring that wealth flowed into the city's coffers. Larsa's economic success was further bolstered by its agricultural productivity, with vast fields of barley and dates providing a steady source of income and sustenance for its people. But Larsa's wealth was not just a product of trade and agriculture, it was also a reflection of its political savvy. The city's rulers skillfully navigated the complex web of alliances and rivalries that defined Mesopotamia's city-states. At times, Larsa aligned itself with powerful neighbors like Babylon, while at other times it pursued its own ambitions, expanding its influence through diplomacy and military campaigns. This delicate balance of power allowed Larsa to thrive even in the face of shifting political tides. The city's prosperity is also evident in its architecture. Excavations have uncovered grand temples, palaces, and public buildings that showcase the wealth and sophistication of Larsa's elite. Among these structures, the Temple of Shamash, the sun god, stands out as a testament to the city's religious and cultural significance. This temple not only served as a place of worship but also as a center of economic activity, where offerings and taxes were collected and redistributed. Yet, Larsa's story is not without its challenges. Like many ancient cities, it faced periods of decline, often due to external pressures such as invasions or shifts in trade routes. However, its resilience and adaptability allowed it to recover and maintain its status as a major player in the region for centuries. The city's ability to reinvent itself in the face of adversity is a testament to the ingenuity and determination of its people. As we explore the untold stories of Larsa, we are reminded of the enduring impact of economic power in shaping the course of history. This ancient city, with its bustling markets and grand temples, offers a window into a world where trade and ambition drove the rise of civilizations. And now, as we leave the vibrant streets of Larsa behind, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Kish, where the echoes of early Mesopotamian politics await. Turning our attention now to the ancient city of Kish, we uncover a story deeply intertwined with the birth of Mesopotamian civilization. Located in what is today central Iraq, Kish holds a unique place in history as one of the earliest cities to emerge in the region, with its origins dating back over 5,000 years. Unlike the economic powerhouse of Larsa, Kish's legacy lies in its political influence, serving as a cradle of early governance and kingship in Mesopotamia. Kish's prominence is rooted in its role as a center of political innovation. According to ancient texts, it was here that the concept of kingship first descended from the heavens, marking the beginning of a new era in human organization. The Sumerian king list, a fascinating document that traces the reigns of early rulers, places Kish at the very top, suggesting that its kings were among the first to wield centralized authority. This idea of divine kingship, where rulers were seen as intermediaries between the gods and the people, would go on to shape the political landscape of Mesopotamia for centuries to come. One of the most intriguing figures from Kish's history is Etana, a legendary king whose story blends myth and reality. Etana is said to have ascended to the heavens on the back of an eagle, a tale that symbolizes his quest for divine legitimacy and the favor of the gods. While the details of his reign remain shrouded in mystery, Atona's legacy endures as a symbol of the early king's ambition to connect the earthly and the divine. His story also highlights the importance of mythology in shaping the identity and authority of Mesopotamian rulers. Kish's political influence extended beyond its borders, as its kings often played a pivotal role in the broader dynamics of Mesopotamian city-states. At times, Kish served as a unifying force, bringing together rival cities under a single banner. At other times, it found itself locked in fierce competition with rising powers like Uruk and Ur. This delicate dance of alliances and rivalries underscores the complexity of early Mesopotamian politics, where power was constantly shifting and renegotiated. Archaeological discoveries at Kish have shed light on the city's grandeur and its rulers' achievements. Excavations have revealed impressive structures, including palaces and temples, that reflect the wealth and sophistication of its elite. Among the most significant finds are the royal tombs, which contain artifacts that speak to the opulence and ceremonial practices of Kish's kings. These discoveries not only provide a glimpse into the material culture of the city, but also offer clues about the rituals and beliefs that underpinned its political system. Yet, Kish's story is not without its challenges. Like many ancient cities, it experienced periods of decline, often due to external invasions or internal strife. However, its resilience and adaptability allowed it to remain a significant player in the region for centuries. The city's ability to reinvent itself in the face of adversity is a testament to the ingenuity and determination of its people. As we delve into the untold stories of Kish, we are reminded of the enduring impact of political innovation in shaping the course of history. This ancient city, with its legendary kings and grand monuments, offers a window into a world where power and ambition drove the rise of civilizations. And now, as we leave the storied streets of Kish behind, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Uruk, where the echoes of early writing and culture await. Now, as we step into the ancient city of Uruk, we find ourselves at the heart of one of the most transformative periods in human history. Uruk, located in what is now southern Iraq, was not just a city but a beacon of innovation, culture, and power. Emerging around 4,500 years ago, Uruk became a cornerstone of Mesopotamian civilization, leaving an indelible mark on the world through its contributions to writing, governance, and storytelling. At the core of Uruk's legacy is its role in the birth of writing. It was here that the earliest known form of written language, cuneiform, was developed. This revolutionary system began as a practical tool for record-keeping, used to track trade, taxes, and temple offerings. Over time, it evolved into a sophisticated means of communication, enabling the recording of laws, literature, and even personal correspondence. The invention of writing in Uruk marked a turning point in human history, allowing knowledge and ideas to be preserved and shared across generations. But Uruk's influence extended far beyond its administrative achievements. The city was also a cultural powerhouse, home to some of the earliest examples of monumental architecture. The towering ziggurat of Uruk, dedicated to the goddess Inanna, stood as a testament to the city's devotion and ambition. This grand structure not only served as a religious center, but also symbolized Uruk's dominance and its connection to the divine. Perhaps the most enduring legacy of Uruk lies in its association with the legendary King Gilgamesh. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest known works of literature, tells the story of this larger-than-life ruler and his quest for immortality. While the historical existence of Gilgamesh remains debated, his story offers profound insights into the values and beliefs of ancient Mesopotamian society. Through his adventures, we see themes of friendship, loss, and the human struggle to understand mortality, themes that resonate even today. Gilgamesh's tale also sheds light on Uruk's role as a center of storytelling and myth-making. The epic portrays Uruk as a city of unparalleled beauty and strength, with walls so grand they were said to have been built by the gods themselves. This portrayal not only elevated Uruk's status in the ancient world, but also cemented its place in the cultural imagination of future generations. Archaeological excavations at Uruk have uncovered a wealth of artifacts that bring its history to life. From intricately carved cylinder seals to fragments of cuneiform tablets, these discoveries provide a tangible connection to the people who once walked its streets. They reveal a society that was both deeply spiritual and remarkably pragmatic, balancing the demands of daily life with a reverence for the divine. Yet Uruk's story is not without its complexities. Like many ancient cities, it faced periods of decline, often due to shifting political dynamics or environmental challenges. However, its legacy endured, influencing the development of later civilizations and leaving a lasting imprint on the cultural and intellectual history of humanity. As we explore the enigma of Uruk, we are reminded of the profound impact this city had on the world. From the invention of writing to the timeless tales of Gilgamesh, Uruk stands as a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of ancient Mesopotamia. And now, as we prepare to leave the storied walls of Uruk behind, our journey takes us to the ancient city of Lagash, where the echoes of art, culture, and reform await. Turning our attention now to the ancient city of Lagash, we uncover a story of artistic brilliance, political reform, and cultural innovation. Nestled in the fertile plains of southern Mesopotamia, Lagash emerged as a significant city-state around 4,500 years ago, rivaling its neighbors in both power and influence. While it may not be as widely known as Uruk or Babylon, Lagash played a pivotal role in shaping the early history of Mesopotamia, leaving behind a legacy that continues to captivate historians and archaeologists alike. At the heart of Lagash's story is its remarkable contribution to art and culture. The city was home to some of the earliest examples of monumental sculpture, including intricately carved statues of its rulers. These statues, often depicting kings in poses of prayer or authority, were not merely decorative but served as powerful symbols of divine favor and political legitimacy. The artistry of Lagash reflects a society deeply invested in the visual expression of power and piety, blending the spiritual with the political in ways that would influence later Mesopotamian civilizations. One of the most fascinating aspects of Lagash's history is the series of reforms introduced by its rulers, particularly during the reign of Urukagina. Often regarded as one of the earliest known social reformers, Urukagina implemented sweeping changes aimed at reducing corruption and alleviating the burdens on the city's poorer citizens. His reforms included measures to protect widows, orphans, and other vulnerable groups, as well as efforts to curb the excessive power of temple officials. These changes, recorded on clay tablets, provide a rare glimpse into the challenges faced by ancient societies and the attempts to address them through governance. Lagash was also a center of religious and cultural activity, with its temples serving as hubs of both worship and community life. The city's patron deity, Ningersu, was honored with grand festivals and rituals that brought together people from all walks of life. These events not only reinforced the city's spiritual identity, but also fostered a sense of unity and shared purpose among its inhabitants. The temples themselves were architectural marvels, adorned with intricate carvings and inscriptions that celebrated the city's achievements and its connection to the divine. Archaeological discoveries at Lagash have shed light on the daily lives of its people, revealing a society that was both sophisticated and deeply rooted in tradition. From finely crafted pottery to tools and jewelry, these artifacts paint a vivid picture of a thriving urban center where craftsmanship and trade flourished. The city's strategic location along important trade routes further enhanced its prosperity, allowing it to become a hub of cultural exchange and economic activity. Yet, like many ancient cities, Lagash faced its share of challenges. Internal strife, external conflicts, and environmental pressures all contributed to periods of decline. However, the resilience of its people and the enduring legacy of its rulers ensured that Lagash remained a significant force in Mesopotamian history. The reforms of Yorukagina, in particular, stand as a testament to the city's commitment to justice and social progress, ideals that continue to resonate today. As we reflect on the story of Lagash, we are reminded of the city's profound impact on the development of early Mesopotamian civilization. From its artistic achievements to its groundbreaking reforms, Lagash offers a window into a world where innovation and tradition coexisted, shaping the course of history in ways that still echo through the ages. And now, as we prepare to leave the ancient streets of Lagash behind, our journey takes us to the city of Ubar, where tales of rivalry and resilience await. Shifting our focus now to the ancient city of Ubar, we step into a world of fierce rivalries, territorial disputes, and a vibrant culture that thrived amidst the challenges of its time. Located in the heart of southern Mesopotamia, Ubar was a city-state that often found itself at odds with its powerful neighbor, Lagash. This rivalry, marked by centuries of conflict and competition, offers a fascinating glimpse into the political and social dynamics of ancient Mesopotamia, revealing a story of ambition, resilience, and the complexities of early statecraft. The history of Ubar is deeply intertwined with its long-standing feud with Lagash, a conflict that began over control of the fertile Gedina region. This stretch of land, rich in resources and vital for agriculture, became a flashpoint for tensions between the two cities. The disputes were not merely about territory, but also about prestige and influence, as both Ubar and Lagash sought to assert their dominance in the region. Records from the time, inscribed on clay tablets and stone monuments, detail the ebb and flow of this rivalry, with each city claiming victories and accusing the other of treachery. One of the most dramatic episodes in this conflict occurred during the reign of Enigmatic, a king of Lagash who claimed to have decisively defeated Ubar in a series of battles. His victory stela, known as the Stele of the Vultures, vividly depicts the triumph of Lagash over its rival, with scenes of soldiers and divine intervention reinforcing the narrative of Lagash's superiority. Yet, despite these setbacks, Ubar proved to be a resilient adversary, repeatedly rising to challenge Lagash and reclaim its lost territories. Beyond its conflicts, Ubar was a city of remarkable cultural and economic vitality. Its people were skilled farmers, artisans, and traders, contributing to a thriving urban center that played a key role in the broader Mesopotamian world. The city's temples, dedicated to its patron deity Shara, were centers of both religious and economic activity, where offerings and goods were exchanged and festivals brought the community together. These temples also served as repositories of knowledge, housing records of the city's history, legal codes, and administrative decisions. Archaeological excavations at Ubar have uncovered a wealth of artifacts that shed light on the daily lives of its inhabitants. From finely crafted pottery to tools and jewelry, these finds reveal a society that valued craftsmanship and innovation. The city's strategic location along trade routes further enhanced its prosperity, allowing it to engage in commerce with distant regions and absorb cultural influences from across Mesopotamia. The rivalry between Ubar and Lagash, while often violent, also spurred both cities to achieve remarkable feats. The competition for resources and prestige drove advancements in governance, art, and infrastructure, leaving a lasting legacy that shaped the course of Mesopotamian history. The story of Ubar is not just one of conflict but also of resilience and adaptation, as its people navigated the challenges of their time and contributed to the rich tapestry of ancient civilization. As we leave the ancient city of Ubar behind, we are reminded of the complexities of human history, where rivalries and cooperation coexist, shaping the destinies of nations and cultures. And now our journey takes us to the city of Adab, where new mysteries and untold stories await. Turning our attention now to the ancient city of Adab, we uncover a lesser-known yet significant chapter in the story of early Mesopotamia. Nestled along the banks of the Euphrates River, Adab was a city of great importance, serving as a cultural and political hub during the 3rd millennium before the Common Era. Its history, though not as widely celebrated as some of its neighbors, offers a fascinating glimpse into the complexities of early urban life and the rise of Mesopotamian civilization. Adab's prominence is closely tied to its strategic location, which allowed it to thrive as a center of trade and agriculture. The city's fertile lands supported a thriving population, while its position along key trade routes connected it to other major centers of the region, such as and Nippur. This network of exchange not only bolstered Adab's economy, but also facilitated the flow of ideas, technologies, and cultural practices, making it a melting pot of innovation and tradition. At the heart of Adab's identity were its temples, dedicated to the city's patron deity, the goddess Nintu. These sacred spaces were more than just places of worship. They were the focal points of Adab's social, economic, and political life. The temples served as administrative centers where records of trade, land ownership, and legal disputes were meticulously kept. They also hosted grand festivals that brought the community together, celebrating the city's divine protector and reinforcing the bond between the people and their gods. One of the most intriguing aspects of Adab's history is the legacy of its rulers. Though fewer records survive compared to other Mesopotamian cities, the inscriptions and artifacts that have been discovered reveal a lineage of kings who sought to legitimize their rule through divine favor and monumental building projects. These rulers commissioned the construction of temples, palaces, and public works, leaving behind a tangible legacy of their power and piety. Among the most notable figures was a king named Lugal-an-Mundu, whose reign is often associated with a period of stability and prosperity for Adab. Archaeological excavations at Adab have unearthed a wealth of artifacts that provide insight into the daily lives of its inhabitants. From intricately carved seals to tools and pottery, these finds paint a picture of a society that valued craftsmanship and innovation. The city's artisans were skilled in working with materials such as clay, stone, and metal, producing goods that were both functional and beautiful. These artifacts also reveal the influence of neighboring cultures, highlighting Adab's role as a crossroads of ideas and traditions. Despite its achievements, Adab's story is not without its mysteries. The city's decline, like that of many ancient Mesopotamian centers, remains a subject of debate among historians. Some attribute its fall to environmental changes, such as shifts in the course of the Euphrates River, while others point to political instability or external invasions. Whatever the cause, Adab's legacy endures in the records and ruins that have survived the passage of time, offering a window into a world that once thrived at the heart of early civilization. As we reflect on the history of Adab, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of ancient Mesopotamia's cities, each contributing to the rich tapestry of human history in its own unique way. And now our journey continues to the ancient city of Shuruppak, where new discoveries and untold stories await. Now, let us journey to the ancient city of Shuruppak, a place steeped in legend and mystery. Located in southern Mesopotamia, Shuruppak is often remembered for its connection to one of the most enduring myths of human history, the Great Flood. This city, believed to have flourished around the 3rd millennium before the Common Era, offers a fascinating blend of historical fact and mythological significance, making it a captivating subject for exploration. Shurupak's prominence in ancient times was closely tied to its role as a center of agriculture and trade. Situated near the Euphrates River, the city benefited from fertile lands that supported a thriving population. Its strategic location also made it a key player in the regional trade network, connecting it to other major Mesopotamian cities like and Nippur. This exchange of goods and ideas not only enriched Shurupak's economy but also contributed to its cultural and intellectual development. One of the most intriguing aspects of Shurupak's history is its association with the flood myth, a story that appears in various forms across ancient cultures. According to Mesopotamian tradition, Shurupak was the home of Ziusudra, a wise king who was warned by the gods of an impending deluge. Instructed to build a great boat, Ziusudra gathered his family, animals, and seeds, ensuring their survival as the floodwaters engulfed the land. This tale, recorded in ancient Sumerian texts, bears striking similarities to the later biblical story of Noah, highlighting the enduring power of this narrative across time and cultures. Archaeological excavations at Shurupak have uncovered evidence that lends credence to the idea of a catastrophic flood. Layers of sediment found at the site suggest that a massive inundation may have occurred around the time the city was inhabited. While the exact nature and scale of this event remain subjects of debate, these findings provide a tantalizing link between myth and reality, offering a glimpse into the challenges faced by Shurupak's ancient inhabitants. Beyond its connection to the flood myth, Shurupak was a city of remarkable resilience and innovation. Its people developed advanced agricultural techniques to harness the fertile soil of the region, ensuring a stable food supply even in the face of environmental uncertainties. The city's artisans were skilled in crafting tools, pottery, and other goods, while its scribes contributed to the development of early writing systems, preserving the knowledge and stories of their time. The legacy of Shurupak's rulers is also worth noting. Though fewer records survive compared to other Mesopotamian cities, the inscriptions that have been discovered reveal a society governed by leaders who sought to maintain order and prosperity. These rulers were often depicted as wise and just, embodying the values of their people and ensuring the city's continued growth and stability. As we reflect on the history of Shurupak, we are reminded of the resilience and ingenuity of its people, who faced both natural and human challenges with determination and resourcefulness. Their story, intertwined with myth and history, offers a powerful testament to the enduring spirit of humanity. And now, our exploration takes us to the ancient city of Sippar, where new mysteries and untold stories await. Now, as we turn our gaze toward the ancient city of Sippar, we uncover a place where the divine and the earthly intertwined in profound ways. Located along the banks of the Euphrates River, Sippar was not just a city of trade and commerce, but also a sacred hub where the spiritual life of Mesopotamia flourished. Its history, stretching back to the 3rd millennium before the Common Era, reveals a society deeply connected to its gods, with temples that stood as testaments to their devotion and power. Sippar's most famous temple, dedicated to the sun god Shamash, was a center of worship and learning. Shamash, revered as the god of justice and truth, was believed to illuminate the world with his light, both literally and metaphorically. The temple, known as the Ubar, was not only a place of prayer but also a repository of knowledge, where priests recorded legal decisions, economic transactions, and astronomical observations. These records, preserved on clay tablets, offer us a glimpse into the daily lives of Sippar's inhabitants and their unwavering faith in the divine order. The priests of Sippar held a unique position in society, serving as intermediaries between the people and the gods. They were not only spiritual leaders but also scholars and administrators, overseeing the temple's vast resources and ensuring the city's prosperity. Their role extended beyond religious duties as they played a crucial part in maintaining social harmony and resolving disputes. The temple's archives, filled with legal texts and contracts, highlight the priest's involvement in the governance of Sippar, blending the sacred and the secular in ways that shaped the city's identity. One of the most fascinating aspects of Sippar's history is its connection to the Code of Hammurabi. Though the famous law code was inscribed on a stele in Babylon, copies of its provisions were found in Sippar's archives, suggesting that the city played a key role in disseminating these laws across Mesopotamia. This discovery underscores Sipar's importance as a cultural and intellectual center, where ideas and traditions were preserved and shared with neighboring regions. Archaeological excavations at Sipar have revealed the grandeur of its temples and the sophistication of its urban planning. The city's streets, lined with houses and workshops, reflect a thriving community that balanced its spiritual and material needs. The remains of the Ubar temple, with its towering ziggurat, stand as a reminder of the city's architectural achievements and its dedication to the gods. Yet, Sipar's story is not without its mysteries. The city's decline, like that of many ancient Mesopotamian centers, remains a subject of debate among scholars. Some attribute it to environmental changes, such as shifts in the Euphrates River's course, while others point to political upheavals and invasions. Whatever the cause, Sipar's legacy endures in the records it left behind, offering us a window into a world where faith, knowledge, and governance were deeply intertwined. As we conclude our journey through the 50 untold stories of the ancient Middle East, Sipar serves as a fitting reminder of the region's rich and complex history. From its temples and priests to its role in shaping Mesopotamian culture, this ancient city invites us to reflect on the enduring connections between the past and the present. And with that, we close this chapter, but the mysteries of the ancient world continue to beckon, waiting to be uncovered by those who seek to understand the stories that shaped our shared heritage. As we bring our journey through the 50 untold stories of the ancient Middle East to a close, it's clear that these tales are far more than just fragments of the past. Together, they form a mosaic of human ingenuity, faith, and resilience that has shaped the course of history. From the lost city of Ubar to the sacred temples of Sipar, each story offers a unique glimpse into the lives, beliefs, and achievements of ancient civilizations that thrived in this remarkable region. These stories remind us that history is not just a collection of dates and events, but a living, breathing narrative of people who built cities, forged empires, and sought meaning in the world around them. They challenge us to rethink our understanding of the past, revealing connections between cultures, innovations, and ideas that continue to influence us today. Whether it's the engineering marvels of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the spiritual legacy of the Dead Sea Scrolls, or the enduring mysteries of the Tower of Babel, each tale invites us to explore the complexities of human history with fresh eyes. The ancient Middle East was a cradle of civilization, a place where the foundations of law, writing, religion, and trade were laid. By uncovering these untold stories, we not only honor the achievements of those who came before us, but also gain a deeper appreciation for the shared heritage that binds humanity together. These narratives remind us that the past is never truly lost. It lives on in the ruins, artifacts, and texts that continue to inspire and inform us. As we reflect on these 50 stories, let's carry forward the curiosity and wonder they inspire. History is a treasure trove of mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and each discovery brings us closer to understanding the world we inhabit today. If these tales have sparked your imagination, I encourage you to dive deeper into the rich history of the ancient Middle East. Explore the ruins, read the texts, and let the stories of the past guide your journey into the unknown. Before we part ways, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 50 stories resonated with you the most? Are there other mysteries or ancient civilizations you'd like us to explore in future videos? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an adventure into the past. Together, let's keep uncovering the untold stories that shape our world. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and until next time, keep exploring.